Peace and blessings, everybody. I'm going to just hold on for a minute. Get a couple people in the chat. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Let's do that real quick. Peace and blessings to all of my beautiful queens and kings coming in. We got Cheryl, Kimberly, Joanne, T-Love. Peace and blessings to all of y'all beautiful people coming in. And I just want to give it a moment because I want everybody to, get this understanding real good. You know what I'm saying? So, share the live, tell them it's happening. I know a lot of people was anticipating to get some type of understanding. So we here. Shout out to you, Queen Kimberly. Luscious Lips. Thank you for coming through. Peace and blessings to everybody. We're going to discuss this. We're going to get some clarity about some things. I'm going to take my time. Peace and blessings to you, Queen Josephine. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Queen D, how you doing? Peace and blessings to everybody. Now, hold on real quick. I'm coming. We definitely about to discuss some things. Hold tight. Peace and blessings to you down south. How everybody day doing? Y'all doing all right? Is everybody okay? Everything going well for you? These YouTube streets, it definitely, it can get very, very insane. And if you allow yourself, you can become very, very lost in a lot of moments on these YouTube streets. And I have learned a lot about myself in this experience. You know what I'm saying? I originally I look into a lot of the information on the conscious communities okay? Yes, Cheryl, it's absolutely insane, And I love to speak about wisdom, enlightenment, love, growth, healing, prosperity. I never intended to be a part of bashing and tearing down and, being hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know anybody who speaks their perspective, who speaks, they have their own individuality. Everybody does. And I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't think nobody worse than me because of it. But me personally, it was never my intent. You get what I'm saying? So when we talk about loyalty, you get what I'm saying? When we talk about a real friend, when we talk about somebody, who really cares, who's just genuinely a loving person to someone. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of where we are in our journeys. I've been that. Young Hair Rule, what's up, King? Blessings, peace to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. And I try to be, in this world, we have a lot of things, especially in the Black community, that we some missing links that go on with our growth, and it doesn't necessarily help. It can kind of hinder things. So I try in my fullest capacity, the best that I know how. And I know everybody does the same, the best that we know how, because we all in this wilderness together. You know what I'm saying? But I try in the best way that I can to fulfill what I know, what we need: genuine love, genuine understanding, genuine care. You know what I'm saying? Even through the good things and the bad things. Peace and blessings to you, Tina. Thank you for coming through. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I try to do. But what I cannot allow is for someone to lack that same understanding for me, all because they simply have the only thing that they need within themselves to be answered. That's not fair. That's not fair. And I'm not talking about the whole friendship. We're going to get into it, but I'm talking about the moment tonight that everybody heard. Beat it. You get what I'm saying? I've never been disrespectful to her. I've never came out disrespectful about her. I've never said anything about her. I've never spoken to anybody about her. But when you're speaking, and you're speaking as if, I just was done, you know what I'm saying? And I was. But as if, I did you wrong by it, or you don't understand what's going on. Well, let me speak that to you, because it's evident that you're hurt. It's evident that you're upset. You get what I'm saying? And now we're not going to say, oh, well, she never acknowledges you. Yes, I get it. I get it. And I think it was stated before, even if you're not saying the person's name, based upon what you're stating, that person understands what you're referencing. And in that moment, I understood thoroughly. So as a person, as a genuine friend, I never went on no panels to talk about her. I never went on my panel to talk about her. I never went to other people to talk about her. So in my perspective, I wanted to give her an understanding, and that's fine. She assumed that I was going to be mistreatful to her, disrespectful to her. And that's cool, because that only lets me know what you have an understanding of in your own mindset. I wasn't going to give you that. All I wanted to do is clarify that me going my different way had nothing to do with this saga. It had nothing to do with the people she was beefing with. It had nothing to do with any of that. It was my own perspective of what we had going on within our own relationship that I found disagreeable. Not only about her, but about myself as well. And as an adult, I have every right to. And when I stopped talking to her, I wasn't disrespectful to her. I wasn't mean to her. I honestly just told her how I was feeling in that moment, and that was it. I couldn't speak to her. And the reason why I couldn't speak to her on the phone is because Ashley, she gets very hurt. And I cared. I cared about her feelings. So we did talk through text message, and I did tell her that I could not no longer, we had to stop, because I'm a mom. I have 2 children. I have health issues. You get what I'm saying? I have a life. You get what I'm saying? I can't dedicate every hour of the hour to you. You get what I'm saying? And she may not realize it, but that's how I'm feeling, because it becomes a problem if I don't do a certain thing, or if I don't say a certain thing. But all of these things that she was requiring, she wasn't giving me some of the same acknowledgement. And that's when I realized that it was never really any boundaries set in place in the situation in the first place. So that's why I declined the relationship, because it was so far gone. To add on boundaries now, it would be pointless, and it would be difficult for the change. It had nothing to do with nobody. It had everything to do with myself, and how I was feeling about myself, and how I was feeling about our friendship in this moment. Peace and blessings. And not only this, what I need to clarify right here. I need everybody to understand. I have been a Kevin supporter for years. That's the main thing that I've been discussing this entire time I've been a part of this saga. I have been a Kevin supporter for years, okay? And when I decided to come out here with my channel, it was nobody's communication that I had. I was in no one's communication. I came out on my own. On my own. And when everyone came to my channel and supported me because I was going out and, speaking up for Kevin, Amber was one of the first ones as well. Amber, Lupac, Chatty Cathy, Break Room. Shout out to Break Room. She was one of the first content creators on my panel, along with Kevin. Okay? And when I came into communications with Ashley, and of course she was going through her situations with the other content creators, they respectfully, not everyone, but Amber, she respectfully backed away from my channel. And I understand that. But the beef that Ashley had with Amber was not my beef. But as a friend, I stood beside her. And even as I stopped communicating with her, I did not join alliance with anyone. I didn't add anyone into the phone conversations or no back ends or none of that. I stood on my own. I never spoke bad about this girl to nobody, not even on my panel. But because you see people moving on, because you see people continuing to, just go on with life, I'm not going to hold a grudge to somebody that has not done anything to me. I was there for you because I was a friend. So when Amber comes to my channel, when Upper comes to my channel, when anybody comes to my channel and they're speaking in my comments, it is not my duty to carry on your problems. This is my channel. It is not my duty to be loyal to something that I am no longer around. I go to anybody's channel that I feel. And if anybody got a problem with me being a somebody to myself, instead of being an amen corner for them, that has nothing to do with me. See, loyalty has nothing to do with somebody deciding to not live their own perspective, but to only live in agreement to the perspective you want to give them. That's a problem. Now, I'm not going to talk about personal business. Not right now. No, I'm not going to do that. Because it's principle, you say. I never came out here and told these people we fell out. You did. Why? Because it was going on a panel. What happened to Angie? What happened to Angie? I never said anything. You the one that went on your panel. Me and Angie don't talk no more. You gave them that. I didn't. I gave nobody nothing. So when I'm on my panel and I'm continuing to discuss and I'm not even giving anybody any light to that situation, how am I at fault? You wanted to be disrespectful today. Beat it. As if I did any harm to you and I've never addressed you in a harmful manner. I don't even know where you got the saying that I told you gave me headaches. I've never even said that. I've never not once told Ashley that she gave me headaches, even though she does. I never said it. I was everything that she claimed everybody else wasn't. And it's still a problem. Talking about I'm over there with them. When do you see me over there with anybody? I think I've been the most silent supporter to everyone in this saga this entire time. I hardly go in chats. I hardly go on different panels. The only panels anybody has seen me on is Kevin and Ashley D. I went on Reddit panel one time and it was a genuine statement when I stated this. I wanted it to be over. But not because it was hurting me. See, that was the assumption that it was hurting me. No, it was because that was what was being stated to me, that she wanted it to be over. She wanted it to be over. So as a friend, I want it to be over. I could give a damn if you and Amber beef till the Sunday is long, honey. That ain't never been my concern nor my problem. But you want to say that I stopped talking to you and I became friends with these people and now I'm an enemy and you haven't seen any of it. You haven't seen any of it. And you know what's hurtful is she knows exactly what's going on. I've opened up to Ashley about all kinds of things in my life. All kinds. So you know I had more things going on in my personal life than to be sitting here being concerned about some internet beef that you want to cry about. Look, I understand. And I can't understand the severity because I have not been placed in that situation to lose a sister or a brother or a sibling. You know, my condolences to everyone equally. But what I can't understand is how that is supposed to be the thing that holds me, you know, in prison to have to live. That's not fair to me. And not only that, but these are people you don't know. These are people you do not know. So you cannot let what they're saying get to you so bad that you lose focus of your entire channel. Of your entire channel. Of all of your possibilities. Everything that you could be doing to grow. You're losing it not because somebody is speaking on you, but because how you're carrying yourself while they are doing it. How are you delivering yourself? What are you proving to your listeners? Are you telling them to believe you otherwise based upon your words or your actions? Because if you're a great content creator, it's nothing to beat at. And you won't lose support because of that. You lose support because you haven't shown it. Now, look, and it's so hurtful because, and I want to say this real quick before I forget it too. Just like you don't want nobody speaking about your loved ones, your siblings, your family. Nobody wants that either. So to sit up here and say that you talking about Kevin's siblings has nothing to do with him, that's some bullshit. That's some straight up bullshit. Cause I'm gonna tell you straight out like this. I don't give a flying fuck. You talk about mine and we're gonna have a problem. I mean, just straight concern about what everybody doing to you and not giving a fuck what you do to everybody else. That's okay, Retta. I don't need nobody to feel sorry for me, Queen. And I respect that. I respect what everybody's saying, because here's the thing about Angie, and this has been the thing about Angie forever and a day. Angie don't have a problem with being within herself. Angie don't have a problem with standing on her own either. I don't want nobody to feel victim for me. I respect that, rather, as a matter of fact. I respect that. You get what I'm saying? Because that lets me know. Keep standing. You can stand, we can stand. I'm not, you see, that's the thing that you gotta understand. The sisterhood gotta start within yourself. If you gotta depend on people in order to feel like a number in the crowd, baby, you a whole lot further. We grown ass people here. Okay? Don't nobody on this internet pay my bills. Don't nobody in this reality pay my bills but my man, Ashley. See, that's what we gotta understand, man. We gotta stop playing these childish games. When she started it, she was wrong. Okay, cool. So what you gonna do? You gonna keep babbling and crying and hurting about it? And then you say, oh, well, you know, everybody got their own time to heal. I'm not obligated to stick the fuck around for that. I'm not obligated to stick around for that. It don't make no sense to me, man, that I ain't never disrespect you. I've never, not once, disrespected you whatsoever. But as soon as I want to come up and say some peace or say something, you won't even give me the benefit of the doubt. Fuck me. So if it's fuck me, it's fuck you too. Because that's not what we about to do. Don't play with me. I'm not playing with you. I valued the fuck out of our friendship. I valued it so much that I stood next to you. Since you say nobody did it, I did. I stood next to you. I was the one that told you to go up on that panel. I said, let's go. Let's talk about it. You wanted to stop. Let's stop it. I stood for you 100, 10 toes down. But that's okay, because I'm not guilt tripping you. You ain't gotta like the fact that I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't care. But what you gotta understand is we ain't gotta be disrespectful or hurtful to each other about it neither. Cause that was never my intent to even come on and have a panel talking about you. You the main one that say all these panels talking about you. You don't want nobody else having a channel talking about you. So Angie don't want to do that. Even though we're not in communication, doesn't mean that you became my number one enemy. But it was a whole lot of things that made me just have to just focus on myself and my children. And that became a problem for you. This girl told me that she helped me. She had to inspire me to get a job. Girl, what? Girl, what? A job that I'm certified for? What do you mean? I wasn't broke. I wasn't homeless. And not one time did I ask you for a dime. In this saga, I spent bread. This whole time. I ain't been homeless or without, not one moment. Y'all hit that like button for me real quick. Get them likes up for me real quick. I never even entertained in anybody discussing us or you. Not one time. But see, that's how much you all up in your own head. That you think because we not communicating, we got to be enemies. You crazy. You're not being an adult. You're not understanding that the problem is you. You the problem. The problem that I had with you, and I don't want to speak on it, but the problem that I had with you had nothing to do with this internet stuff, love. Not one thing to do with the internet stuff. And it's like, I mean, come on. Like you begging for people to give you the very thing that you won't give nobody else. You want to be in control of everything. I got to explain myself for you to understand we still friends. I got to explain my every move so you can understand that I'm not doing nothing shady to you. I'm a grown ass woman, big grown too. Now, I've been trying to be respectful this entire time as far as the saga because I wanted everybody to get to understand perspective, come to a place where we can actually communicate this thing out. Let's be, and I'm not even a part of the saga necessarily. I came in to defend Kevin Wesley. I like the conscious community. I'm definitely with the conscious community. I am a mental thinker. So you got to understand when Angie, when I closed the communication form with us, it was you gotta understand that she had a thought process to why she did that, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you had to be offended by it. But I can understand you was offended by it. I get it. But you were the one that this entire time I cut everybody off. Everybody did something to me, and that to me is a problem. Because you don't see yourself as human. And you can acknowledge where you too can make mistakes that you may not necessarily understand. And that means that some people may not be in favor to everything that you do. And just because they may not have acknowledged it does not mean that it does not exist. I have no issues with none of the adults on these platforms discussing and having their discussions. I have no issues. As a subscriber, as a viewer, of course, I could give my own perspective. Who doesn't? But as a fellow content creator, as an adult person, no. Ain't nobody did nothing to me. And the ones who have, and with the whole Chief Cali bullshit. So what? You get what I'm saying? That don't bother me. Cause I'm grown, and what Chief Cali got going on ain't got shit to do with me. Shout out to Queen Tina. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Shout out, y'all. Yes, the channel done came up. I could get the super stickers in the building. Shout out to everybody. I know I'm not reading the comments, y'all, but I'm so consumed in the moment. Because I'm just baffled how you can be on the channel, on a platform, defending somebody for months and months and months and months and months. And then when y'all stop communication, nobody knows until she says something. And then you still don't speak out. You don't say nothing. You don't disrespect her or nothing. And when you get to a moment where you feel like you can open up to her and have a moment of clarity so she won't have to feel hurt about it, she want to be disrespectful as if she got the room. See, I can't stand when people have a whole lot of audacity. You got a whole lot of audacity about yourself, never considering that, hey, Edgy might have the same. Shout out to the super sticker, Queen Cheryl. Edgy might have the same. See, what you have to understand is nobody is living in your world. Everybody lives in their own. And when people are in alignment next to you, it is not them becoming a part of just yours. It is you becoming a part of theirs as well. So the assumptions that you have does not mean that they are correct. Shout out to the super sticker queen, Retta. Retta said, we tried to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because everything in me, I have tried to prove Ashley to be right. I have tried. But Ashley keeps showing how she can be wrong. I don't have to do it for her. Nobody has to do it for her. She do it for herself. I mean, it's so many things, but I don't want to do that to her. I didn't want to do this. But you keep making it hard for people and then act shocked when it happens. That's not fair. Just like you have a channel, just like you have a name, I have a name too. And just like you don't want nobody disrespecting your name, I don't want nobody disrespecting mine neither. And that's just that on that. I can't control what everybody else do. But my channel, I did not say anything about this girl. I did not speak on you or none of that. I didn't disrespect you or none of that. When everybody talks about you on their channels, I don't come in the chat. I don't share it. I don't do none of that. You want to control how I move, but you can be disrespectful, bitch, please. But you could disrespect me, bitch, please. I don't know how a lot of people do around where they from, but where the fuck I'm from, bitch, please. Respect is earned, and I think I earned that, especially from you. But you want to tell me what a real woman is like or what a real friend is like. See, that's controlling and manipulative because it's not going your way. It's not considered being real. I'm a real woman regardless, and don't nobody ever get it twisted. You bear children and I bear them as well. I'm not a felon. Shout out to you, queen. See, the same antics that you're doing and that you're stating is going to be a problem with the other women that have chosen to join you. You're going to do this to them. If you don't change your thought process on this, change behavior comes with accountability, and you have failed to do that because you have failed to realize you're partaking all of this as well. Yo, when I started coming on Ashley's channel, it was me that came out and spoke to Ashley about Miss Felicia's story. That was me. I spoke to her on the phone. I even said this on her panel. I said, y'all, her story is so powerful. I said, did you hear her story? Break room. When I came to Ashley, I spoke powerful about break room. Straight up, because she was one of the channels I started coming in a little bit more than others. I spoke strong about break room, and I still feel that way about these two ladies. I know that Ashley loves Amora, but one thing that Amora stated, y'all, she don't like victims. So Ashley, you might want to tighten up because I don't think she's gonna play too much of that, and I don't blame her because we all adults, just like she said. And ain't nobody gonna keep tolerating somebody that just want to whine and whine and whine and force everybody to just, agree with the shenanigans and not have any consideration at all about everyone else. I am a person just like you are, love. My feelings are just as valid as yours. And if you don't want the disrespect in return, I suggest you don't give it. because just as easy as you can, other people can too. And I don't want to, but you're going to make that a challenge for me. See, everybody has to have a form of discipline, and I'm very good with the discipline because I have not come out here disrespectful whatsoever. But you cannot force me to stay in a corner while you feel so free to speak your piece and get everything off of your chest as if you're not affecting somebody else. It's nonsense. It's childish. It's time out for that. Like, it's time for everybody to grow up. The very things that you want for yourself, you have to understand that people want that as well. So if you want to move on or move forward, then it starts with you. You can't make nobody else do it. You can't make nobody be quiet. You can't make nobody see what you want them to see. You can't make nobody move the way you want them to move. You have to understand that. And that's what I did. When I understood that, I backed away peacefully and respectfully. I had a headache that day, the last day I talked to her on the phone. I don't recall telling her she gave me a headache. I don't recall telling her anything negatively. I told her that I lacked boundaries in the beginning of this relationship, and I take full accountability for that. She the one that said, so I drained you. Well, you know, your words, not mine. I mean, and it's a lot of things I could say, love. And it's a lot of things I could show. So we're going to try to be peaceful about this. And you're going to have to show some discipline and not respond. And you're going to have to show some discipline and not respond. Because I've been having a whole lot of discipline while you was throwing subs at me. While you playing my video, trying to gaslight people. Talking about, remember she said this, y'all. Or they wouldn't be over there supporting you if they didn't like me. No, that's false. Because they were supporting me before I even started coming on your panel. It was me coming on your panel that I know for certain made Amber walk away. And Alexis. Respectfully, and I understand why. Because I know y'all remember when I first started coming out, Amber was the one that shared my post, was like, y'all come over here, y'all. She going off on Neo X. I know y'all remember that. So Ashley, what are you talking about? Everybody came through and saw me when I first started, when I was nervous and couldn't speak. And, you know, I think a lot of people was real patient with me. And I respect that about every last one of y'all. But it turned from me defending Kevin to me defending Ashley too. But that was not my purpose for my channel. But I was okay with doing that because I was your friend. But I wasn't trying to go in on these people either, which I never really necessarily have, except for one person. You get what I'm saying? But everybody else, you know what I'm saying? I wanted my best not to be a part, make your problem my problem. Bitch, I pay my own bills. I eat my own food. I take my own shit. I fight my own fights, and Angie ain't never been scared to fight her own fight. The fuck you mean? And Angie don't back down from nobody because she ain't no wimp or no simp. Don't get that shit twisted. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Cause see, I'm kind and I was vulnerable and I opened up. But I'm getting things coming back to me about things you said out your motherfucking mouth, bitch. You want to talk about loyalty. But can't nobody come to you and say what the fuck I say about you. Isn't that crazy? I don't owe you nothing. And as a friend, I didn't owe you nothing then either. So if you don't want this to continue, silence can end it. Because that's what Angie gave. That's what Angie gave. And Angie don't have a problem with continuing that. But some things you have to understand. You being downright difficult. You being difficult. You know you wrong for what you doing. You up there talking about Don and Robert like that. And you know that's Kevin's siblings. And you upset with him about communicating with content creators that has been defending his family. But you was his friend. You was his friend. So now he's supposed to be nice to you while you talk about his siblings. Girl, you got a whole lot of audacity. A whole lot. And to say you was done wrong. Here's the thing that you failing to understand. When you and Amber are beefing and the supporters are disagreeing with you, those are the supporters of Amber that is in support of her. Those are not Robert and Kevin's supporters. They may support Robert and Kevin, yes, but in this moment, they are supporters of hers. Just like you had supporters of yours that you neglected totally because you were worried about the ones who disagreed with you. And you want to blame Robert and Kevin and say they could stop this. But what part of the discussion was it about with Amber that even had anything to do with them? Oh, because I'm sticking up for your family. I'm sticking up for your family. But you going back and forth with another grown ass woman. What the fuck? That ain't got shit to do with them. These people don't know y'all. They ain't met y'all in real life, girl. You crazy. You a content creator. You supposed to speak your opinions about things. You gonna have people that disagree with you. It's not the person's fault that you talking about. They ain't got no control of that. What part of that you not connecting with? You just want to be the victim. What was me ass motherfucker? Shit, because things didn't become as successful as you intended for it to be. I was defending everybody and nobody was defending me. Nobody asked you, and if they did, shame on them. Your channel is not flourishing because somebody talked bad about you. Your channel is not flourishing because you're not flourishing on your channel. Sometimes we got to take accountability for our own actions. They started with me. They keep saying this. They keep saying that. Okay. Okay. Move on, girl. You grown. He who angers you controls you. So they got that much control on you that you can't even get your bag right. Is you real? Is you serious right now? You can't even focus on your own content. Like, Ashley, come on, man. You got to stop the bullshit, man. You 41 years old. And you sitting here crying about what somebody said about you. When people walk away, let them. When people walk away, let them. I can't understand how me walking away became so much of an offense. Like, I mean, it's just obscene to me how you feel like some people just owe you so much while you could just give a fuck and just say it and do exactly as you feel. Like, what is wrong with you, girl? If I had a problem with Ashley and I wanted the world to know, I would have been did this. I would have been did this. It's so easy to just go on live. I'm about to go live. That's your favorite statement. Every time you hear somebody that say something that you don't like, that you disagree with, was you a friend or not? Like, what's going on? For you to just turn around and just act like I just did you the worst ordeal. And I did absolutely nothing to you whatsoever. I have not been in communications with nobody. You right, Amber. This is not Amber's fault. I haven't been in communications with nobody. I don't talk to nobody. I talk to two people. And those two people she know of, and we don't talk about her. We don't discuss this girl. You done had it in your head that we be discussing you. That you just be on a motherfucker mind. Bitch, please. The audacity. Audacity. I mean, it's offensive. To say that you consider somebody your friend, but you see yourself as more than them, so that you can assume that they doing a whole bunch of bullshit to you, and you can offend them, and they not supposed to feel like you did something wrong. Girl, bye. The fuck? Who are you playing with? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't want to open up with why I decided to walk away from Ashley. But yeah, she said she was the one that walked away from everybody. Well, Angie done broke that statement. I walked the fuck away, y'all. So she can't say it no more. She said I walked away from them. I. No, no. Can't say it no more. Angie walked away. Angie walked the fuck away from your ass. And there's been a whole lot of stalking going on, man. And you think I don't see that shit? I know exactly what you've been doing, bro. You poke until somebody say something to you. Yes, I walked away from my peace, man. It was over for me. Why not you, love? Why not you? As an adult, I can move away. I can move on. I can walk away. We don't have to play these type of games. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do none of that. But what you not gonna do is you not gonna play on my motherfucking top like I wasn't a motherfucking friend of you. Like I didn't fucking ride with you. You not about to do that shit, my nigga. You want to keep antagonizing the motherfucker on the low because you feel like somebody's still bothering you and I'm not doing nothing to you. You the one bothering me, bitch. And you don't think motherfuckers notice that shit. Yeah, remember everybody, the Angie she wanted everybody to see. This the Angie I try not to show. This that real down south ass motherfucker you don't want to fuck with. Especially when my loyalty and my principle has been crossed. And I'm still in this moment being loyal. Because there's so many things I can really say. So don't play with me. If you moved on, show it with silence. See, I was trying to come on here and be real calm about it, but you know, when you have really given your all into a friendship, because somebody claimed they that it was a friendship, so you went into it as if it was a friendship, and they totally just stump over that shit like it wasn't nothing during the friendship and even afterwards, even though you're choosing not to be the enemy. Because I got a whole lot of shame on Angie for not wanting to be Ashley friend no more. Because she got a whole lot of audacity. That shit is offensive as fuck. And nobody's literally, I'm not bothering her. I'm not doing anything to her. I respectfully walked away, and I even told her, I said, if we see each other in the social media streets, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be strangers. We can speak. You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem. But she offended, because how dare Angie stop fucking with me? Bitch, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is Ashley DeBond? Because on her channel, all I hear is Amber. Hold on real quick. Let me take a sip of my drink. Now, this channel right here, I like to promote within the conscious community. So I am trying consciously to be conscious going forward. You know, since she speaks about moving forward, I'm actually okay with that. We can move forward. But don't get this shit twisted. That Angie don't have a lot of fucks to give. Never did. Okay? The fucks that I have been given is only because I've allowed myself to be vulnerable and open up. But Angie don't have a problem not doing that shit no more. Okay? Angie don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Here's the thing, because when I was growing up, you know what my grandma always told me, crying don't get you nowhere. And you motherfucking right, it sure don't get you nowhere. You don't get nowhere whining as a 41-year-old dope, sitting there crying about how everybody should feel sorry for you because another adult was talking and you didn't like it. Move the fuck on. Grow the fuck up. If you old enough to fuck, you old enough to not give a fuck what another motherfucker say out they motherfucking mouth. Can I get a hello? Can people please put a 1 in the chat for that shit right there? If you old enough to motherfucking fuck, then you old enough to not give a fuck what a motherfucker say out they motherfucking mouth. And I mean, truth be told, you can acknowledge some things, but goddamn, a motherfucker been motherfucking giving a fuck for too motherfucking long about one specific person. When the fuck you gonna not give a fuck? When the fuck you gonna move on? How long was Angie supposed to stick around? Cause you still ain't moved on. You still ain't moved on. You still talking about this girl. How long did you want me to stick around? See that gaslight manipulating that shit right there? You wanted me to stick around while you healed, and you heal on your own time, that much is so, but you still ain't motherfucking healed. You still talking about going forward. And you was talking about this shit long before I even got on the panel with your ass. So help me understand. If your rent costs more than $1,500 a month, please, can I get a hello for I ain't got time to give a fuck about none of that shit? Hello? Ain't nobody got time for that shit. And this is not for the saga, y'all. This is for me. This is for me. This is for me, y'all. Cause I have literally been a good friend to her. I place myself in a position to take on heat from people that have not done anything to me. The least I can get from her is some kind of ounce of respect. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that I ain't get that means that I wasted my entire time being her friend. The very thing that she wanted, the very thing that she stated people were her friends and they betrayed her. Angie didn't do that at all. I didn't do it at all. Even when I disagreed on certain things. I didn't fall out with Ashley. I didn't speak bad about Ashley. I seen all the chaos that's been going on in this shit. So why the disrespect? So why the disrespect? And I didn't do none of that to you. But you gonna tell me to beat it, bitch, please. And just be honest with yourself. You just mad. You upset. And I get it. And that's cool. Because you didn't intend it. And I understand that. And that's fair. But you're not about to motherfucking hit me upside my motherfucking head with it. I don't give a flying fuck. Hold on, y'all. Let me take a sip of my drink real quick. Think somebody's supposed to just cater to her motherfucking feelings. I got 14-year-old twins in here. 14-year-old teenage boys, they getting ready to be full-blown teenagers going through high school and all type of hormonal change, body changes and everything like that. She want me to focus on her crying about another adult that stay miles away from her. I can't. But that's not the reason why we fell out though. But I ain't gonna tell y'all that much. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I walked away from for real. I'm gonna hold that one in the chamber. I got a few things in the chamber. Because what I really want is peace. And I really want to be left the fuck alone. But I ain't nobody bitch. And you got me fucked up. Now you beat that. Yeah, I grabbed the link because she stated something. I don't know if everybody noticed what she was saying, but I noticed it and I heard it. And it's not the first time that she made a statement that I noticed that she was in reference of me. So I just wanted to get on the panel and let her know, you know, me walking away from her is not for any ill will or ill intent. And it was not because of anything that had anything to do with this saga. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to express that to her to let her know, you know, and I can't control how you go on with your content or whatever the fuck you claim you doing right now with some fugazi ass bullshit. But my reasoning for walking away from her had nothing to do with this saga. It had everything to do with how, you know, I was feeling about certain things within myself and the friendship. You get what I'm saying? And if you wanted to further discuss that, even though we have not talked in a while, I wouldn't have mind a conversation. Just to clarify that, because I'm in a better space about it. You get what I'm saying? But then we ain't got to clarify not a motherfucking thing now, bitch. Don't question that for a motherfucking second. We definitely, hey, let me tell you, don't make this motherfucking content. Please don't make it content. I'm begging you. But it's only so much a motherfucker can give, man. You can't get on the panel and speak how you feel and express how you feel and then forget how it may make somebody else feel. That's not fair to them. But you want somebody to be loyal and you move on principle. But you ain't doing that for nobody else. You just want them to do it for you. I find that to be a problem. Because I don't take my loyalty for no jokes. I just move on. I just move on. And even if it's hard in the beginning, I try my darnest. I try my hardest. I'm trying to move on. And every day it will become easier and easier. I don't make it nobody's burden or nobody's problem. I don't come on the internet trying to get somebody to feel sorry for me because of how I feel on my perspective about somebody else. That's bullshit. You want supporters off of sympathy. That's some begging ass shit if you ask me. And the way I grew up, I know I said that before, but let me say it again. The way I grew up, but I don't beg for shit. I don't beg for nothing. I gave you something that I wouldn't even ask nobody to give me, motherfucker. Hold on, let me take a sip of my drink real quick. And this ain't got nothing to do with Kevin. But I will say some things about, you know, how I feel about how you doing, Kevin. Because truth be told, you and Kevin was rocking. You get what I'm saying? And see, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But just know it's there. Just know it's motherfucking there. So leave me alone. And don't disrespect me neither. Because I ain't do that to you. And I feel like because I have not been disrespectful, I should not be disrespected. And if you want to take it there, I'm not really friendly, motherfucker. Let me take a sip of my drink real quick. And I don't like the way you was treating Kevin tonight. Straight up. Kevin was very respectful, as usual. And what you do, you get up there and mistreat how he ain't ever. Man, Kevin done made so many videos discussing how this stuff y'all that's going between the content creators need to stop. He done spoke in defense for you and your raggedy ass Mercedes car. Girl, you need to stop with the plan. Stop playing yourself. Stop allowing yourself to be manipulated with the bullshit. But you want to flex. Allowing motherfuckers to get in to tell you that you got every right to do the dumb shit that you thinking in your head, girl, you is tripping. And only a real friend can tell you that. Since real friends tell you the truth, whether you like to hear it or not. And that's what I did. I told you things that you didn't want to hear too. So I'm doing the same thing now. Angie don't switch up or change for not a motherfucking body. So understand when you playing yourself, because you want to be in your emotions. And you don't think people will use that against you, and they will. You don't think people will use you because they see emotions as a sign of weakness, and they will. Just like you did me though, but that's cool. Because see, what you could not do is you could not get me on these panels looking just as downright as stupid as you really wanted me to be. What Miss Joanne said, she wanted to prove to them that she wasn't rocking with Robert's family anymore. See, that's the problem. If you feel like you got to prove yourself to somebody, that means that they're not genuinely trying to be your motherfucking friend. The only thing I have to prove to anybody is myself. And Angie sleep good at night. And I ain't got to cross up nobody. I ain't got to lie on nobody. And I don't even have to, have people question my own character and my own source of information on my channel because I'm in my emotions. Remember, always on your channel. Well, I'm on mine's now. Since this not the Angie show, right? This the Angie show over here, baby. This the Angie motherfucking show around this motherfucker. Talking about we not trying to make it about Angie. Bitch, you make everything about you. You literally make everything about you. You literally do that. You can find what happened to you throughout this saga that can relate to everybody. Shout out Lady Love. Shout out to the number one hitter, day one hitter. Get them lights up, y'all. Shout out to y'all for all the love and support. But if I'm gonna talk about this bitch on my conscious community channel, I might as well get the motherfucking likes. Cause that's what I didn't want to do, y'all. We was in here together rocking out, defending Kevin. Now look what's happening. Cause this motherfucker can't control herself. She can't seem to have any type of emotional discipline whatsoever. Girl, just because it makes sense to you doesn't mean that it's not irrational to everybody else. I don't even know why the fuck you offended with me like that. I've been left this girl months ago. Months ago. Shit ridiculous. Think somebody want to entertain your shenanigans, your bullshit. People got other content that they want to get on, but people got to sit here and cater to your motherfucking feelings. Cause you're still not done. You're still healing. But tomorrow you're gonna be moving forward, right? After this live, we're gonna be moving forward. Bitch ain't moved forward yet. When the fuck you gonna move? Move, Ashley, move. How many times people got to come on your panel and say, bitch feet don't work, y'all? How many times you got to get on the panel and say, and somebody got to tell you, you just keep doing your content. Don't worry about it. Don't speak on it. Don't say nothing. Don't do this. Don't do that. And then she turned around and say, yeah, you're right, but and get this right here and this right here happened and that right here happened. And then the next day, and I have to clarify this. God damn. You running your own supporters away. They tired of it. Ain't you said you was gonna move? Oh, motherfucker, move. But I know it's gonna be a bash Angie because she already gaslit her channel talking about I'm gonna be spreading lies. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing, Ashley. What did I say that would be a lie? Everything that I stated, you stated on your channel. Thank you, twin girl queen. Shout out to you, mama. Everything I stated, you stated on your channel. You said you were going to move forward, going forward. And I didn't want to say this, but I have to say this. I have to say that. I have to say this. And I'm going to come live tomorrow and show y'all this because I couldn't do it tonight. And then the next day, we're going to push another content back that can really show myself and my content to talk about some old bullshit. Because I want people to please believe that I'm not full of shit, even though I haven't showed you anything but shit. Y'all, and I really did not want to come out on this right here mad and angry and upset. But goddamn, what you gotta do for a motherfucker to goddamn, where you respect your stripes around this motherfucker. I'm supposed to kiss Ashley ass for respect, bitch? No. I'm not kissing your ass for respect. I stood in the paint with your ass. Best believe I could stand in the paint against your ass, motherfucker. Yeah, those other people, y'all better get ready. Because she kept me in it saying she was moving forward. Good luck to y'all. Good motherfucking luck. Shout out to you, Protect Your Peace. Thank you so much, Queen. And I mean, it's just downright ridiculous. One day she knows me more than everybody. I'm closer to her than everybody. And then the next day, I ain't shit. I'm beat it. This ain't the Angie show. So what you really feeling like? What's really on your chest? I ain't never tried to make your channel my show. Everything you talked about on that channel was what you wanted to talk about. And I supported it. Even if I felt differently about it. I supported it. I had no problems with it. I didn't hold nothing against you or none of that. See, people want real, but they don't know what real is because they ain't real they motherfucking self. So they disrespect real. And then they expect real to not come out here and say shit. Shout out to you, Lakey Mama. Shout out to you, Miss Myers Queen. Thank you so much. Honey Thomas, thank you for coming through, Queen. Thank you, Amber. Ross, shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got to stop letting people gaslight us and take advantage of our kindness. We put ourselves on an extra stretch for somebody only for them to turn around and just stomp on it as if it was never worth anything. Well, it was worth a lot to me. And if you were going to mistreat it in the end, I could have kept it to myself. I could have really kept it to myself. I never intended for us to, not necessarily, ever not be in communication, but it happened. It is what it is. And let me tell y'all this. That is what happens when you have people who rush friendships. People who feel like because you're friends now, you have to be friends constantly, every 5 seconds of the day, all day, every day, 24 hours, can't miss a motherfucking beat. And then wonder after a while when you start to disappear a little bit because you're tired. And then you have to explain where you're going. Or you have to explain why you were gone. You get what I'm saying? And you can't just give them any kind of answer because you know it'll upset them when you just saying, well, I had to take a moment of peace. You know what I'm saying? Peace, we friends. What you mean? I'm not peace. So you end up having to tell them, you know, I'm not feeling too well. You know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling too good right now. Just so they could be like, okay, well, you know, you just got to tell me and everything. So in the midst of me not feeling good, I still got to think about telling you so you can be validated in your mind that we good. You see how controlling that is? That's some bullshit, girl. Or they ask you why you ain't pick up the phone or why you ain't text me back. I don't like pussy. I got a fucking man. You don't pay my bills. I ain't never got on this internet to nobody and told them I was struggling with shit. My nigga pay all my motherfucking bills, whether I got a job or not. Next question. You become overbearing. And then you're offended when somebody says too much. Shout out to you, Black Panther Queen in the motherfucking building. Angie, I'm so happy you found out Ashley D is a clown, sick, draining cycle that needs meds. Have a drink on me. Cheers to you, success in your channel growth. Shout out to you, Queen. Shout out. But see, these are the perspectives that Ashley don't like about her. But Ashley, what you don't realize, and I'm a prime example of how you can literally force someone into that thought process. Because what the fuck did I do to you, girl? What did I do to her? Like, seriously, for her to, oh, beat it. This ain't the Angie show. Like, I've been threatening this girl or something. Like, I've been talking about this girl. So I really ain't did nothing to this girl. Oh, she mad at all of y'all for being in my chat. But here's the thing she got to understand. This what she got to understand. A lot of y'all was coming back and forth to my chat long before I even discussed. I've been defending Kevin by myself. This girl wasn't. I made videos way before me and her even got in communication. So what is she talking about? The LaTrue Saga came over to support my channel. I didn't have no beef with nobody. When I came to her channel, people stopped coming to my channel because I was in support of her. And I ain't take no effect to it. I ain't take no problems with it. I stood in the motherfucking paint like a friend. Hell, I wasn't making no losses. I couldn't get paid on the channel anyway. But I really wanted to defend Kevin. I meant that. But now that we're not talking no more, oh, they only over there because they don't like me. Well, could it be that they over here? Could it be that they over here because Angie might have good content? Could it be over here? And even if they over here because they don't like you, so what? Eventually they gonna stick around because Angie a real nigga. And people like real niggas. That's why you mad because we ain't friends no more. Nah. And I'ma stay a real nigga. And it ain't my intent to talk about dirty laundry, my nigga. But don't get shit twisted around this motherfucker neither. Cause I air this bitch out. Angie ain't never been no hoe. And I damn sure ain't about to be no hoe for no Ashley motherfucking D. Come see about me, baby. And I mean that. I'm cut from a different cloth. I don't give a fuck about none of that vain shit that people be up here talking about and all that crazy bullshit. I'm not one of them. I will speak to your motherfucking soul. And remember now, she told me to go on my own live. So here we go. Cause I wasn't even coming with the pressure on her. She the one gave me pressure. So since we playing the tit for tat game, you started it, motherfucker. Hold on, let me take a sip of my drink. Thank you, Kimberly Williams. Shout out to Kimberly Williams. Kimberly Williams be over there. She was over there in the chat with Neo X going in on her ass. Going in on Neo X. Shout out to Kimberly Williams. Stood in the motherfucking paint. She didn't have to come with a crowd or nothing. I was there, queen. I saw it all. Kimberly Williams been standing in the paint in this whole time, this whole saga. She been over there in chats when other people ain't even know. She was over there having Kevin Bay. But you got people like Ashley who want the props for everything. I was defending other people when nobody was defending me. So you want a motherfucking cookie? Here's the thing about a game fight, y'all. When everybody fighting, you know what I'm saying? When everybody is fighting, everybody ain't gonna have a chance to come and have your back and get people off your back. We all in this motherfucker fighting. So you gonna have resentment towards me because you over there getting your ass whooped. And it's my fault because I ain't help you while I'm fighting too? Does that make sense to any of y'all? Because there's been a whole lot of this shit going on in this saga. How a motherfucker ain't defend them or tell people to stop. Like we churn. Like some adults got to raise the babies right here, y'all. Stop being mean to each other now. Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. If you don't want nobody being disrespectful to you, motherfucker, don't be disrespectful to nobody else. And if they are disrespectful to you first, then you have a choice to respond or walk away. And even if you do respond, you can either choose to continue to respond or walk away. Nobody should have that much control of your feelings to where you feel so hurt that you can't choose yourself first. I done been talked about in this saga too, y'all. A lot of people might have missed it, but Chief Cali done talked about me. Neo X done talk about me. Uncle Suge said he was gonna get me an Ashley address. Shoot, Queen's Throne done talked about me, and she mentioned my motherfucking kids. But do you see me crying and forcing people not to support them because they did horrible things and I'm nothing like them? No, because everybody has to see for themselves. And people heard you the first fucking time when you said it. So they have the choice to choose whether they want to support them or not. But what I will respect are the ones that are listening to me. Those are the ones I'm gonna respect. And I'm not gonna keep crying about the motherfuckers that I done made people in my chat see to not agree with. I'm gonna keep whining about them over and over and make my own supporters tired of hearing it because they don't like them neither. So much so to where you neglect the ones that are in your chat, only concerned about the ones that are in other people's chats, and then you just say fuck all of them all together. It was the Robert supporters that were bashing me and mistreating me. No, it was Robert supporters were supporting all of y'all. And there was some of those supporters that were supporting Amber, and some of them were supporting Ashley. And the ones that got neglected were the ones that were supporting Ashley, because she was so focused on the ones that were supporting Amber. Nobody traded on you, love. You traded on us. Hold on, y'all. Let me one more sip. Shout out to Big Cheese in the building. Lolo Queen. Shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to everybody that come through in the building. We got to do away with that. We blaming somebody else for our ignorance. They were bashing me because I didn't want to talk about it no more. They wasn't bashing you about this saga. You was getting bashed just like Amber was getting bashed because y'all was going back and forth bashing each other. So you got supporters that support each and every one of y'all, and they gonna come for y'all defense. But here come Ashley. Nobody defended me. Well, what the fuck am I, chopped liver motherfucker? I was on your panel for months. I was on the phone with you for months. A fight is a fight. You swung and they swung. Well, part of that we not getting, but you so hurt. Like you just lost everything. If you lost everything through some back and forth talk online, you never really had much. Open Book Queen, shout out to you for coming through, mama. Blessed beyond measure, shout out to you. Egyptian Kimbo, shout out to y'all beautiful people. Queen Sherry, thank you for coming through. Shout out to all of y'all beautiful people that came through. Shout out to you, Queen Myers. Yes. I mean, I gave you exactly what you stated you did not have from those people, and it still was not good enough. I had to get back to me, and that was a problem with you. I'll never understand that. But please, shout out to Big Cheese in the building. But please, just please, if you got any ounce of loyalty or principle, you won't respond. If you are a loyal person, and if you stand on principle, you won't respond. For months, I moved on. Can I get the same? I have not done anything in harm of this person. Hell, I've hardly even participated in any of the conversations about the saga. I watched everything that was going on, but I stayed away. I didn't even make myself notice, so I don't even know how she even got the idea that I befriended Amber and all of them. Like, I don't talk to Amber. I've never talked to Amber before. Egyptian Queen, shout out to you. Thank you so much. Say you just got a new subscriber, Angie. You have a beautiful soul, and I already knew this when you were with Ash. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much. Cancer 66, shout out to you, Queen. Much respect to you, Angie, for being so transparent and speaking facts. I've been here listening to the live from the beginning and just wanted to give you your flowers. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. Grown woman status, shout out to you, Queen. What grown woman status say? We used to all say this Angie is a beautiful spirit. Yes, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much, Kimberly. And I tried so hard to, I wanted to try to, say, well, I can be different. I'm not going to speak on. I'm not going to say much. You get what I'm saying? I don't even think nobody even expected it from me after a while. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like even in that moment when she spoke so disrespectful to me, as if everything that I did, everything that I was when I was around her, as if it wasn't worth a damn. I mean, anybody could feel like, come on now, that's fucked up. Now, she wanted to say in the chat everything else that I was saying, but I told her that I wasn't coming towards her negatively, or not to take what I was saying negatively. I told her it was all peace. So when I'm saying that, even if I understand that you're in any form of offense, then you can understand what she's saying, that she's in peace. And I've trusted her for so long, and she has been of peace, then maybe I shouldn't be so offended. And even if you don't want to bring me up on the panel, you don't have to be distasteful about it. But since you want to be an adult, a whiny ass baby, a bitch, and then feel like you got these people that's gonna have your back, that you gonna turn around and be ungrateful for them too. You get what I'm saying? You feel like you could flex on Angie. But if you're gonna flex on Angie, take the videos down then of Angie having your back. How about that? And don't play them again when you trying to prove what Angie said. How about that? How about you do that? But you won't do that. You won't do any of that. I'm chosen queen. Thank you for coming through. You want to throw it in everybody's face what Angie said when she was rocking with you. But then you going to disrespect Angie when she come up there and try to talk to you. You have no sense of loyalty. You have no sense of principle. You don't even know what they mean. You're not accountable. You don't know how to move forward. All of these things that you state you have not done, you do not do. Yes, I really had her back. Right now, I'm still having her back, and she knows it. But y'all, I just wanted to say my piece. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stay on here too long. You get what I'm saying? I know I done stayed on here for about, an hour, 30 minutes, and I appreciate everybody coming through. Big fakes. Shout out to every last one of y'all. And for whatever reason anybody want to say it is, I rocks with it. I respect it. Thank y'all for coming through. Because to Angie, that's love and support. And I appreciate it. Peace to you, Kevin. Peace to you, Kevin. Kevin, want to come up on the panel? Shout out to the bro, of course. Let me drop the link real quick for my brother. Drop the link for the bro. Shout out to Kevin. He came up here and tried to make peace with Ashley. He tried to be respectful and understanding for Ashley, but Ashley feel like somebody's supposed to kiss her ass. Just like a lot of those women feel like somebody's supposed to kiss their ass, like somebody owe them something. And don't nobody owe you shit. Peace, bro.
Peace. Um, I just noticed that you was up here, man. I just wanted to come up here and say, I really hope that you guys can handle this in a responsible way. I don't want to see y'all going at it. I really don't. And then I wanted to share, just say something, because I saw that after I gotten off Ashley's live, Amore and them came up there. I didn't realize that. If I had known, I'd have stayed, because I would have liked to have a chance to speak, because they was saying some things I completely disagree with. And I just wanted to speak to that. They were Ashley Chats was providing some insight, some perspective to Ashley D.
Right.
which I completely understand. That's she's exactly right. She's all up in my head. Um, that's like the second time I done heard Ashley speak on something regarding me, and she was spot on like a damn cheetah.
Right.
Got to give her props for that, man. When she boy, she be on it. But anyway, she's just trying to provide us some perspective, like asking her to consider all these different things, right? And
Right.
of course, Amora came in and said she disagreed. I knew that's what she would say. She said similar things when she was trying to talk. Of course, when she had Dawn on her platform, when during the whole thing, and she was encouraging Dawn not to be family with us and trying to say that she don't really care what she destroy. You understand? Um,
Right.
she's a destroyer. That's what she is. She don't really care. But Ashley valued our friendship, so did I. And Amora, I think you don't really understand the gravity of what you be doing. Um,
Right.
I think that all of us kind of treating this like it's an internet game and not really taking it as seriously as we should. Some of the things that's being done. You understand what I'm saying? But when it
Right.
comes to like somebody's true friendship, relationships, marriages, whatever the case may be, we really shouldn't be involved trying to tear them apart. That's crazy. Um,
Right.
she said she disagreed and she gave all these reasons why, right?
Right.
Um, I want to say this. It's so funny and it's ironic because her and Felicia had fell out a couple of weeks ago, right? And
Right.
it's crazy because Felicia was mad about a similar thing. She felt like Amora should have had her back while she was going at it with someone else, right? And Amora felt like that thing was beneath her. That wasn't what she was focused on. I shouldn't have to run to every battle just because you're in it. I told you to stop, right?
Right.
So according
That's
to
what you
Amora's
do.
logic, she doesn't deserve friends because she thinks similar to me. Why should I have to go argue with somebody just because you're arguing with them? It's an argument. You can handle your own fights. This
Right.
thing with me is someone trying to defame my name. This is not a fight. It's far different.
It's different.
You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I think that's really funny that she's like, well, nah, they were doing much more to her than the simple thing with her and Latay. Um, I want to be specific here. When I say I'm friends with all of them, here's what I mean. I
Right.
considered myself friends with everyone that was making content to protect my brother and my name and my family. I would definitely consider you friend. Now, anybody else, I wouldn't just do that. Just hey, how you doing? You speak, you get to know somebody. You don't consider them a friend day one. But if a stranger step out and defend you when they don't have to, I think you should consider them friend. You give them the opportunity to fuck up before you say, I don't want to
Right.
be your friend anymore. So I considered them
Absolutely.
friends. I'm not saying we sit on the phone and talk and build a relationship like we all did, us three did.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying that while I'm considering you all friends, there becomes this heated exchange between all three of y'all. I mean, all of
Right.
them. And I'm watching it
Right.
like hating it in disgust. And I did go on social media and say, I hate y'all doing this. So when they
Yep.
say he don't say nothing at all, listen, man, did Amora get up there and say, hey, y'all, leave Felicia alone, stop that? But she's
Right.
saying, I'm a bad friend because I didn't do that. But neither did she when Felicia was going through her thing. And Felicia, when Ashley was telling me how she felt, I listened. I said, you got a
Right.
point. You have a right to your feelings. They are valid. When Felicia was telling Amora how she felt, she got
Right.
disregarded. She got told
Yep.
she was too much. And she said, I'm not going to be friends with nobody else. No new friends. You are no longer my project. Ain't that what she told her?
Yep.
I
That's
just
what
think
she
it's funny
said.
how somebody will fix their mouth and make you a bad friend when they treat their friends like that.
Exactly.
But see, I watched this go on when they had Robert on Jeannie's platform the other day. And they were sitting here
Right.
trying to hold him accountable to shit they do themselves.
Right.
Amora's like,
They
you
do it
liar.
themselves.
Amora's like, you're a liar. Woman, you tried to frame this man for abuse.
Right.
The thing about it, it's crazy because Robert's not making videos calling them liars, although their lies was against him. But they're
Right.
calling him liars when if he is lying, they have nothing to do with them.
Right.
It's like if somebody say, Kevin, you're a liar, I would say, what's it to you?
Right.
It makes no sense why you care if I'm a liar. What you talking about?
Right. Why does it matter to you? What? How does it affect you?
Right, man, this whole thing is crazy. Let me tell y'all first off how fights work. All right?
Right.
If you hit somebody, you better expect them to hit you back. Or you a dummy. Do you understand?
Right.
If I hit
Exactly.
you, if I hit you, I just started a fight. So I'm not gonna pretend to be shocked when you hit my ass back. That's crazy.
Period.
I expect you to try to hit me back.
Right.
You better, because I'm gonna hit you again if you don't.
But I'm
We're in
gonna
a
be
fight.
everything
That's how
wrong.
fights work.
But I'm gonna be everything wrong because I did this live. When you hit me first.
Well, see, I'm talking about when you see all this going on, right? Take Amora. She hit me first, I hit back.
Right.
Right? Okay, she ain't gonna stop. She gonna hit back again. And then I'm gonna hit back. So what I'm saying is this. Once all this dust is up, because I look at it like a cartoon. Y'all start fighting. It's a big ass dust cloud, right?
Right.
And then you can't see what's going on. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? All right, I
Right.
look at my brother and his wife. They broke up. Here's this big ass fight between them two. Big
Right.
ass dust cloud. Here we all come jumping in it. They've gone along, and we're still in the fucking dust cloud.
Right.
Talking about who started this and who started that, and you did it first, and you did it first, right?
Right.
So I'm not going back and forth with Amore and all them because of what they did first. I just left the shit alone. Fuck it.
Right.
So when I was saying to her today, neither one of y'all like what y'all doing to each other. I know she's thinking, well, I didn't start it. I'm saying when you're in a fight, if what you're Ashley can go in, she can go in when she want to, and so even if
Mhm.
somebody start with her, they ain't gonna like what you're saying either. And as you can
Right.
see, they're not stopping. Listen,
Right.
I hit hard. So if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back so hard. You better hit me back.
Right.
I expect you to hit me back. You ain't gonna be feeling all that pain in your jaw and not want to
Right.
retaliate. You see what I'm saying? So the
Right.
way a one-on-one fight works is if somebody hits you right or wrong, whether they started or not, you hit them back. Okay,
Right.
they're likely gonna hit you back. So now y'all just gonna keep going back at it. Your punches ain't gonna
Right.
feel good. Theirs ain't gonna feel good. At some point, the fight gotta end though. You understand? Now, when a
Right.
jumping happens, it's everybody fighting at the same time. And while
Right.
everybody's fighting at the same time, you can't hold people accountable to not protecting you when they fighting themselves.
Right.
So what we was in was some type of internet jumping. Everybody talking about everybody. Everybody's got something to say. I really wish I could have been better at um, coming to people's defense because I can't get upset with her for feeling that way. My own sister felt that way. So the shit gotta make some kind of sense. I can't be so blinded to it that I say, they just being emotional. So my own sister said, Kevin, you didn't speak up for me like I
But
did you.
but here's the thing, Kevin, what people gotta understand. Even though you're becoming more understanding of that, what they have to understand is you were fighting too.
See, I try to understand how everybody feel. I was
I
100%
get
fighting
it,
too.
but it's not
And
fair to a certain extent because I get it. But what Ashley is doing is she's not considering that too. Even in
you're
this
right. You're right.
moment, like we was all out here throwing bows. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, see, my problem is I don't really remember things. I don't take count of things, and
Yeah,
so I really didn't have any response when she was saying I never defended her today.
yeah.
When I first came on your live, you was mentioning me speaking up on her Mercedes, and I was like, damn, I did do that.
Yes, you did.
If I don't keep count, but I swear I wish I remembered that because I would have said, well, I spoke up with that, and then when my sister kind of insinuated that she liked me or had a crush on me, I spoke up with that too because that's something that would paint her in a negative way. That's kind of like something that could ruin her reputation. She has a whole man out here, so I did speak up for that because that's kind of like the same way she's protecting me. Somebody's lying, trying to act like I'm gay and shit. So, or a scammer. So these are lies on somebody. So when her and my sister got into it, listen, I,
Right,
I was risking a big fallout with my sister by speaking out on that because she could have said, well, damn, you ain't protect me at all. The only thing you had to say was something on her behalf. You
right.
see what I'm saying? And on top of that, I called her and Dawn and said, leave her alone. That's my friend. And they can tell you I said that.
But she wants you to tell her so she can know this is what you did. Because if you don't, then she can't compute how you're defending her without even being around her. She feels like she has to see it in order for it to even exist. And that's a
Well,
problem.
listen, to a degree that makes sense. But however, when I told her, she didn't consider it really. You see what I'm saying? She didn't look at it the same. She looked at it as it's not the same as defending her publicly. The way I look at that is she is being spoken on publicly. So of course she would want for me to defend her publicly. And that's where I think that's where I went wrong when dealing with her. See, I try to respect other people's boundaries. Her principles are the way she sees it is I got online and protected you. That's where you should have went and protected me. And you know what? Okay, cool. This is why I can't argue with it, because I see where she's coming from. From her perspective, this is where they did it at. That's where you should do it. That's where I did it at. But see, in my mind, I was thinking, I don't want to make a mess of things. Let me just call D Ham and vouch for her. Listen, man, she's not crazy. She's my friend. Give me time with her. We talking. We working through it. Trust me. Let's just please just let it go, bro. Please leave it alone. And he'll tell you. The brother did say that. But if D-Ham talk about her again, I'm not calling that man back. He is a grown-ass man. Because what am I going to call back with now? I told you to leave it alone. You didn't let. It was never that. This is just, we're all men. We're all peers. You see what I'm saying? So I can always say, no, I don't agree with what y'all saying about her. Trust me, that's my friend. I talk to her on a regular. She's not what you think, and trust me. And they can not all of them, but the ones who spoke with me can tell you that. You see what I'm saying? So, but I can see how she don't know this, so she feels isolated. Like, damn, he ain't got my back, and yet and still he's up there with D-Ham. But let me point this out. I've never been on a platform while they were currently talking about Ashley. And I don't mean just in the moment. I mean, there's never been a time where they were currently at odds where I was running back and forth. It was always after it kind of settled. And there may be some type of, she still felt the way about it. I agree, but that's just like her and Felicia becoming cool. Felicia hadn't said anything about me recently, I don't think, and I didn't say anything. She asked me about it. Do you feel a way about this? And so she kind of, asked me about it. So I did tell her, yeah, I felt the way, but I wasn't going to say anything because I don't try to control that. I don't live in that. I assume you must see something in her. And that's what I told her. You must see something in her. I don't try to get involved in that. You see what I'm saying? But I just think it's funny that when Felicia and Amore fell out, I'm not up there at all trying to discourage Amore and Felicia's friendship or anything. But as soon as that happens with me, that's what she's doing. I don't see why she's so personally invested in that. But I'm going to tell you this. Y'all up there talking to her. I think Ashley D is a whole lot smarter than they are. Okay? And so I know that she ain't truly being manipulated by them. So I really don't know what's happening. But let me say this. Maybe I'm projecting on Ashley D and she is being manipulated by them. If she is, let me say this some more. I really hope you don't do to her the same shit that's been done to her. If y'all fall out, don't get online and drag her. Don't do that shit. Go your own way, yo. Because that would be fucked up for you to kind of speak on our friendship and try to, discourage her from continuing our friendship. And then you just going to do her like that. That's crazy. So I don't know. I think Amora takes this shit way too personally. She doesn't know me. This is some YouTube shit. She doesn't know me at all. I just think Kevin a manipulator. Lady, you don't know me. You got to cut that shit out and grow up. But whatever you do, make it as personal as you want to. You got it? You said too, I wouldn't be his friend no more. I guess we're not friends anymore. I just found that out, by the way. Well, but anyway, just don't do the girl dirty. Don't do that. That'll be fucked up, yo. That's all I'm saying.
It would be.
It really pisses me off, but I'm to the point to where it's like I'm tired of trying to check people about their behavior. They're gonna do what the fuck they gonna do. And so it's like, instead of saying, how dare you, it's like, you did it. That's what you did. How dare you say this? How dare you say this? Man, I done had people say the worst shit to me. They're gonna say it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do what they do, say what they say. So all I can do is say, I see you. You got it.
Right.
I don't think that was right at all, Amore. You could have stayed out of that. That did not include you at all. I don't even get that one. I don't get why you were so invested in giving your opinion on some shit like that. And you can hear that you was lying and saying whatever suits you. I don't know why you would do that. I never did that to Felicia either. While they were friends, never did I go to Ashley D and say, I don't think y'all should be friends for whatever reason. You see what I've never done no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's serious type, that's demonic type shit. I don't do shit like that.
Right. I feel you.
But I know that you guys have had your differences. I'm learning of it. That you guys had went y'all separate ways. I'm learning of it now. But whatever it is, I hope that y'all
Kevin, my intent was to never get online and speak about it. I didn't even end things with Ashley rudely or anything. I don't even understand. I mean, I guess I can understand that she took it offensively, But if I'm telling you that I'm coming in peace because you keep speaking on something that makes me know that you're speaking towards me, you get what I'm saying? Respect that, or at least don't say anything at all. Or you could have just said, I'm not bringing you on a panel. But for you to say beat it, and I don't know what she's still back there for. Are you trying to make it seem as if somebody's begging you for something? You get what I'm saying? And I'm not. I feel like I've earned respect from Ashley, and I feel like that was not given.
See, now I say this is crazy because here's what I thought. Because I didn't know you guys had fell out or went y'all separate ways. I was thinking you was coming up to the panel to be like, "Hey, Ashley, come on, think about this. We all friends. You know how much we vibe. Like, don't be like that. You know he didn't do anything maliciously to you. Like, let's talk about this." I thought it was gonna be on a level like that, but when she was just like, "I ain't talking to you, girl, bye," and the way she was talking to you, that's when I was like really confused. Like, what the hell is this? Why does she think she coming to protect me? I'm not saying where I need to be protected because she's not bashing me. She's trying to tell me what she's.
Right,
Yeah, I'm actually asking to talk to her, not her asking to talk to me. So I don't see why she would think that you're there to protect me because I'm not even aware that it's gonna go no kind of way. I was just gonna get up there and say to her, I understand that you're not happy with my brother stuff, but people are in here saying that my wife is this and that, and they talking about me, and you reading the comments off and kind of laughing. That's crazy because a little hurtful. You know what I mean? Like they're saying
right,
Kevin and they're talking about how he don't want to get a job. Yo, I write books. The thing about this is crazy, but I write books and sell them. Yo, do you understand? When I'm sitting here writing, I'm working. I've
right.
never said I don't want a job. I have a job. I work hard at that shit too. I think they think unless you clocking in for an employer, you don't work or something. You understand what I'm saying?
They can't
But
tell, and see, that's another thing. They need to stop trying to tell other people what to do with their lives, and their lives aren't great off the ground either, Ashley. But here's the thing: when I went up there to go to that panel, my intent, for everybody that wants to know, my intent was not to bash or to defend Kevin or anything. I went up there for me personally. I went up there to talk to somebody that I've been used to talking to on a panel or on the phone. Not for her to treat us like she treated us like we were pure enemies. And if you have loyalty and principle, just based upon the friendship that you had with us before, should have enough value for you to at least, go about things differently. Which you refuse. You totally mistreated the friendship, or the friendship that we had, you know what I'm saying, and any of its value. But then you'll turn around and say that we're wrong for being offended. That's the problem. But you are offensive because a friendship is work as well. You get what I'm saying? A friendship is effort. And we gave that genuine effort, not just you alone, Ashley. So if
well,
we're
see,
not disrespecting you, then why do you feel like we should be susceptible to you defending us, offending us? And then you'll make anything in your mind to believe that somebody is doing something to you, to where you feel justified to laughing at certain things, uh, you know, being slick and being sly, you know what I'm saying? And making, little pokes. Like, don't do that because nobody's doing that to you.
well, I just want to say this too. I heard you earlier talk about Russian friendships, right?
Yes.
I did this years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
I left religion, whole life changed, lost many friends behind it, and I was looking for genuine connection and friendship, right? And so
Right.
when people would meet me online, I just would drop all my guard and let them in. You see what I'm saying? And I was making friends too fast. Really, what I should have done is talk to someone after I lost all those friends and stuff. I probably need to talk to somebody professional to just kind of collect my thoughts, truly let out how I feel and articulate how I feel. I wasn't even sure how I felt. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I did know I wanted friendship with people who thought like me and stuff. So I moved really quickly, and it was a lot of chaos with that because you don't know these people.
Right.
Um, with our particular situation, um, Ashley and I, we were friends, and we don't talk on a personal level. Ashley actually never calls me, even Kevin. She refers to me as Mr. Wesley. We don't call each other and be like, "Hey, what you doing? What you watching?" I don't even know what shows she watches. I don't know what she likes. Um, and truthfully, it's out of respect of my two wives and her man. You see what I'm saying? So you keep it on a professional type level. When we did talk, it was kind of about the things that's going on in out here. So when I say I didn't know her, I didn't mean I don't know her. Like I don't know her at all. Of course I know her. We've talked. We talked for hours on the phone, but we've never
Right.
actually gotten the opportunity to build on a personal level like you would um, if none of this was going on. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we didn't reach a place to fully invest emotions and all into a relationship. But as you can hear from her today, she did. She's really hurt. And I just want to say this um, to all the content creators. I know y'all gonna have a take on this, but just understand this. She had lost her sister. It hadn't been too long since that. She wanted connection too, and she's vulnerable. And I feel badly for um, the actions that hurt her, whether it was purposeful or not. You see what I'm saying? I had in my mind why I was doing this thing this way and all these things, and I realized I let her down. And I'm just saying this to Amora, like, don't do the girl dirty. She genuinely needs somebody who's going to be there for her. You can see how she feels about friendship. She's going to need you to have her back if she's into it. She's going to need you to do all those things that she finds value in. And as you can see, I ain't gonna say that's necessarily where I failed, but that's where I had a lack of understanding. You understand? And I think that when you build friendships, there should be that type of conversation to understand where your boundaries are. But really, you're not gonna talk about how y'all would act in chaos. Again, we all met on some really turbulent times, man. And I think anybody who can maintain a friendship through all of this is meant to be. It's got to be meant to be because somebody always saying something or doing something. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, I've been there. I know exactly what she feels, and that's why I feel so bad about this. It may seem weird, and I might be like, "Well, that's crazy." I've seen comments saying that she's crazy. She don't even know him that well. Or when you lose somebody important to you, you become vulnerable, and you move a little fast. And when you do that, people will let you down because they don't know, and they don't do it purposefully. They just don't know. They don't know they're doing it. And I didn't know. You see what I'm saying? So I'm hearing all of this today, and it's too late to do anything about it. As you can see, when I explained myself, it did no good. When I tried to bring reason to it and clarity to it, it did no good.
They're no good because she didn't want to hear what you were saying. She only wanted to hear what and I think it's a sense of the ego because you determined this to be the reason, and it's not fair that everybody has to live up to what you think is so. And then when you are giving effort to understand somebody else's perspective, it's not it's still not received as such. We can't do that to each other. If I'm telling you that I had no idea or that is not my reasoning, then you can't say yes it is, yes it is, yes it is. You can't force me to say okay that's what it was when I'm telling you that it's not. Were we ever friends, or was it that you were seeking that I be your friend? Because if I'm your friend, then I have to do everything right as a friend for you, and you owe me nothing. You don't have to be a friend back at all. And that's basically what I'm seeing. Because if I have to consider what you're saying to be facts, then you should be considering what I'm saying back in return to be facts. It's a back and forth thing. It's not a you're more right than me. What you're saying makes more sense than me. Your actions are more justified than mine.
So
That's abusive.
you're absolutely right, and I'll say this right here. I think this happens when, well, let me say first, you got people who think their way through life, and then people who feel their way through life. Neither one is wrong. Both are needed. Okay. But when you have the two of them try to maintain friendships, relationships, or whatever, they can be complicated. For somebody who feels their way through life, it's very difficult to ignore their feelings. So if you say, "Well, I didn't mean it that way," if they truly feel hurt by what you said and that you meant it that way, it's gonna be hard to convince them otherwise. and you might have an argument on your hands. And you're right. In a relationship or friendship, you're supposed to value what the other person say and trust them. You're supposed to trust that they have your best interest at heart. And if they're your friend, you got to do that. So if they say I didn't mean it that way, you're supposed to go, okay. But for people who feel their way through life, I call them heart people. um, it's hard for them to let that feeling go and still be a friend after you've offended them or whatever the case may be. So I do feel like Ashley's mind was sort of made up. The pain was already there too great. She was crying before I even came up. She's probably been feeling this way for a while, and maybe her mind's made up. And a lot of times when you feel pain that heavily, you don't want anything else to do with it anymore. People who think their way through life, though, are a little bit differently. They can feel a way, but still be able to understand that their feelings may not be reality. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
example, her and Tiff met on in a similar fashion, and became friends online. Um, and I did voice my apologies to Tiff in case she felt the same way, but she didn't say she did. And so that alone proves it's just different types of people in the world. You see what I'm saying? Where she may say, hey, I don't think Kevin's friendship is worthy of my friendship anymore. I fought for him and he didn't do that for me. Where Ashley D could say that. Tiff may say, oh, I don't feel that way. I mean, hey, I went at it with people. Hey, I was going at it with them. They were me. I ain't tripping. And you saw how she was, how Ashley D was voicing her opinions to Robert, and Tiff said, hey, it ain't that deep with me, bro. So it goes to show that, you know, you can have people who just see things differently. And that's why you don't make a big deal of it and you just respect who they are. I think Ashley's more of a heart person. She feels heavily that I should have been there for her. And based on that, she says, hey, you're not truly a friend to me. And she has every right to do that. And I have to respect that, even if I say, but that wasn't my intent. So it doesn't matter. It's just the facts. And I think that this is why friendships end badly, when people don't try to understand that people have a right to choose their friends based on whatever reason. You see what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
the main thing is there should be respect going forward, and loyalty continues after. So that's what I was wanting to talk to her about was, okay, what if we're not friends? Does that mean that people can just come in your chat and speak negatively of me and you just read it out loud and laugh it off like it's just something to say? Because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't allow that. I wouldn't allow people to come in my chats and talk badly about her and I just read it off and move on like it was nothing. Like, just imagine if I'm in her chats and someone says something about her husband. I'm her boyfriend. I'm sorry, her husband. I'm not sure. And
Right.
if someone says something about her significant other, and because I've seen that going on too. And if I was just to read that and laugh it off like it wasn't nothing, I'm sure that would offend her. And I mean, she don't
Right.
owe me nothing, but I don't know really where we are with this, and so it's still confusing to me because I know she says it's all respect still, but I don't think that's respectful. I mean, but that's why I said, hey, listen, my wives don't work. That's why I voiced my opinion, because she didn't say that, but she don't owe me that. And I guess she felt like, hey, I was doing that for you as a favor. I don't owe you to straighten nothing out for you. So I said it myself, and she said, well, I didn't know. I didn't know if they had gotten a job or not, but they don't work, and I still pay the bills, guys. But it's none of y'all's business, and that's the thing about it. And
Right.
I don't know if the people who are instigating, who are watching this, can see that as much as they can judge everybody doing this, they got to look in the mirror and ask themselves why they're so concerned about these issues in other people's lives that have nothing to do with them. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So while I'm trying to talk to my friend Ashley D, they're in the comments trying to say things to discourage her, trying to say things to instigate. Why? You have to ask
Right.
yourself, why is it so important to you to say something negative about someone else's friendship? Don't you have friends? Would you want
Right.
somebody to do that to you?
Yes.
Like, what are y'all getting out of this? I'm just curious, because you can blame Amora. You can't blame them. You can blame Amora, but listen, when people rise to power, they are a result of the collective. When you say, oh, Hitler was a bad person, the people around him who rose him to power were bad people. He was the manifestation of that. So when you
Right.
see Amora going live talking her talk, you see them instigating it, right?
Right.
Encouraging it, right? So this ain't
Right.
just no damn Amora. She's just a representation of a lot of evil people. And I don't know I don't know what it is they want. I don't know what you want. You want me and Ashley not to be friends. Okay, I know you didn't like Robert. I know you didn't like me speaking up on it. But why you care about Ashley D and me being friends? What the fuck would you care about that for? That's weird to me.
Right.
Why would
Right.
you have anything to say about that? That's crazy.
Right.
Well, because we get to win by seeing y'all not be friends is something to watch. Like, but why does that entertain you? Why?
It's sick. It's
Right?
sad.
I don't understand that. What is wrong with you?
Right.
And these are just the random listeners who you've never seen before, and they like this stuff. So, listen, man, I'm not gonna condemn it because hey, the world is a big place. There's parasites too. Some people
Right.
feed on dead things, and that's what they do. They like to see destruction. They feed on dysfunction and toxicity. I don't. That shit make me sick. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
if that weren't the case, yo, there'd be nothing to clean up the whale in the sea. There'd be nothing left to clean up the carcasses on the road. Every animal has its purpose. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And spiritually, we're seeing who are animals, who are
Right.
carnivores, who eat dead things. Man, you just sitting here seeing somebody trying to talk about their friendship, and y'all got something to say. Yo, what that
Right.
make you? Just really think about that. Your nature. What that make you? If you enjoy what you're getting out of that, that's what you're consuming. Now, listen, I'm gonna say this real quick. There's a big difference between illusion and delusion. So we
Yep.
hear this word talk said a lot. You're
Yeah.
delusional, and it's said so much as an insult, right?
Right.
But it means to have a firm belief in something, regardless of the blatant contradictions that surround you. That's all it
Yeah.
means.
That's all it means.
So you have an idea about something when all around you can see things to the contrary, but you're ignoring it. That is why it's called delusion.
Yep.
So if you say, well, this person ain't my friend, don't ever forget to look at all the things that's contrary to that.
Right.
Do they call you and check on you? Do they text you and check on you? Are they there for you when you call them? They may not do everything like you like a friend to do or like you like a person to do. But don't be so quick to say,
Exactly.
hey, I'm going to discard this person because from where I'm from, friends grow together. If I say you my friend, I'm going to grow with you. You're going to be wrong sometimes. And I'm going to tell you
Right.
you're wrong sometimes. But I'm going to grow with
Right.
you. It's only when you show me your ass ain't trying to grow that you have
Right.
no intention to grow. And you're destructive and you mean me harm the, because of actions that some people may do things that bring harm to themselves, and like maybe a friend might be addicted to drugs, just different things. If you see that, then you separate from a friend. But in most part, you be there for a friend. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's kind of how I see it. If I ain't did nothing to you, this is a conversation you talk to me about, and I learn better moving forward. But if you be like, well, you didn't stand up for me, that's an inaction. That's not an action. That's not malicious. So I wouldn't say you
Right.
ain't my friend. I would say, but everybody their own self, and that's why I'd be like, you know what? You're right. You got it. That's like somebody trying to terminate you. Don't beg for your job. Say, you right. Somebody trying to break up with you. Don't beg somebody to stay with you. Say, you're right. You got to let it. You even though no matter how much you don't want the relationship or friendship to end, the job to end, they're telling you this because that's how they feel, and you have to
Right.
say, okay, you got it, and go your own way. You just have to, even if you don't get it, and I don't get it. I probably
Right.
never will, but you know,
Right.
like she said today, it is what it is.
It is what it is, bro. We cannot be. See, it's controlling when you're trying to make someone be of an image that you determine to be a real friend or a person or a real woman or a real man. You're not giving anyone an opportunity to define what that is within themselves and for themselves. How
It,
are
it,
you considering yourself to be a real friend in the first place if you're determining that on Kevin's platform, he is supposed to respond and defend you in a certain light in your favor in order for that to be considered as defending you, in order for him to be considered a friend? No, real friends respect everyone in their individuality. You have an individuality. You have your own platinum, your platform that has been here long before ever even knowing an Ashley. You have every right to uphold your channel the way that you feel so. You get
and
what I'm saying?
now
And if
you're right, and
anybody has a problem with that, then they're being selfish.
I want to say this too. And I'll add to that. Let's just say, like, say D Ham, for instance. There was a
Hmm.
time when D Ham, he really used to make videos just like Ashley D, um, and Chatty used to. Of course, you have.
Hmm.
Tiff the Gift did too. And at
Mhm.
some point, they said, man, this guy's going to keep on continuing. There ain't nothing you can say. I don't want to be in the drama. They backed off, right?
Right.
I still considered them friends. And I didn't feel like they were leaving me out to dry because they didn't continue to make videos. I got it. I understood why D-Ham said that. Why would he keep on arguing with some man he don't know?
Right.
He's already stated his part. The man didn't do it. You can tell you're lying. What's your problem? If the man want to continue, why in the world would D-Ham? And I say, why? And I would tell him, why, don't risk your freedom for me. That's crazy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when D-Ham told me, man, I'm gonna fall back, I ain't gonna be keep going back and forth with him. I just talked to him. I ain't gonna be going back and forth with him. I said, cool. I ain't never asked him to. When he told me he wasn't doing it, I didn't argue. I didn't have a problem. And when Tiff didn't know more, I didn't say anything. I get it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's, um, but I mean, my thing is like, dang, it was something I was gonna say. Dang, it'll come back to me. I'll let you. If you have any thought, go ahead and share it. And I'm gonna try to remember what I was gonna say.
I mean, and I get where you're coming from. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has a time and a space within their own right. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't determine whether they love you more or less. It just means that they have a right to their own understanding, to their own peace of mind. And anybody who has an offense to that is because they weren't being your friend in the first place. It's because they were being selfish of their own problems and not necessarily considering yours, even though they are stating that they know it. They're not necessarily taking it in just as much as they take in their own understanding. Because if they did so, then they wouldn't have a problem whatsoever, because your understanding as a friend, that means that I'm allowing you into my understanding. And as a friend, you are allowing yourself to thoroughly understand it as if it was your own. That goes both ways. It happens from both ends, not just one. No matter what extremity somebody may be going through more so than the other, or whether we're both going through the extremity at the same time, we are friends. And if you cannot respect or understand, necessarily as much as you want me to understand yours, then this has become a one-way stream. It is extremely selfish and it is not okay. And you weren't my friend in the first place. But my intent was to never come out and tell anything about what might have happened with me and Ashley and everything like that. You get what I'm saying? But the disrespect should never be. And just like I have her phone number, Ashley has mine. Ashley can call me if she wanted to get something off her chest. But Ashley was she results to saying subliminal things that I hear in her content, and I never acknowledged it. I don't say nothing. But the moment that you open up a panel to discuss something, all of a sudden I'm the worst enemy, and you can just disrespect me as if I was nothing, like I was never there. But then you want me to hold you to a higher standard or a higher regard? That's not gonna happen.
So I'll say this: it's when I say this stuff has been emotional, it has been. So this when I told Ashley earlier, I'm trying my best to remove this from people's true person and say this is some YouTube stuff because even I have displayed character that I'm not proud of, right?
Right.
And so when I look at this whole thing and I see how behavior has been online and all of that, and I know that when we're acting out online, we wouldn't do that for no other reason than we're emotional, because no adult would get on here and make a damn fool of themselves unless they're emotional and forget that there is a future. And in the future, people gonna look at your ass looking stupid, and you're gonna look at it too and regret that shit, right? It's like
Right.
nothing else exists but now, and nothing else will make you do that. Years ago, I used to say you would never find me arguing at no damn phone to upload it to argue with somebody, but I've done it now several times actually, right?
Right.
And that's all out of emotion. And so when I've seen her up there, if she said something that was a subliminal, I liken stuff like that to it's emotion. She must feel a way about something, and I try not to hold that to their charge it to their heart, not their head, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? But I want to say this right here, just to piggyback up kind of off of what you were saying. You can never choose how somebody move. But let's just say you could. Ashley had said today that you know, she didn't like the idea of me still considering them as friends. Now, I didn't mean friends on a personal level, but maybe I didn't express myself the best when I said that because she
You
certainly
shouldn't
did.
have to explain yourself. See, that's the thing that she has to understand.
Well,
You
if she
don't have
took it
to
like,
explain your friendship to other people in order for her to feel validated in the friendship you guys had.
well,
No.
if she took it like I actually am friends with him like I was with her, talking with them like I was with her, I can see how she felt, and that's why I wanted to say
Doesn't
like,
matter.
yeah, I
Whether
know,
you
but
were talking to them like that or not, that's not her concern nor her business. Even as a friend, you're overstepping boundaries. That
while
is
that may be,
abuse.
but look, while that may be true, and you try to talk to somebody about their feelings, you try to, you know, I guess say that without necessarily saying it. But you're not wrong. Um, but either way, I was gonna say this, right?
Mhm.
Let's say I did it exactly like she said I should do it. They're all going at it. So I say bump y'all. Y'all getting on Ashley, y'all talking badly about my friend. I ain't dealing with none of y'all no more. So as a result, I don't get on nobody's panels. I don't talk to them no more because they disrespected my friend. Rightfully so. Now, what has happened? My mission and number one priority was to defend my brother and use whatever avenue I could to do that. My brother never asked me to. This was my own decision because I've been through this before and I saw what it was doing to his brand and to him. So I jumped up here and I got on these platforms. I built reputations with these people. Um, and I was there in it with them for hours and hours. We put in this, shining light on what we knew was a lie, right?
Right.
Um, Imagine I say I ain't doing that no more. So forget it, bro. Like they said something about my friend. So I mean, obviously he never asked me to, but now I'm not even doing that anymore because of that. And that's bigger than me. That is bigger than that. I'm not gonna say I can't do that in that moment. I'm here on a mission.
Right.
My brother's primary friendships would be secondary. I can't make that primary. I'm gonna get on these platforms and keep on shining light on these subjects. I'm gonna look at
Right.
it like that's y'all's personal problems, and these are platforms where we speaking out, and that's how I try to do that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Um, but let's just say I did the second. I got on her platform with her because when she said you didn't defend me, I'm sure she's not saying get on your platform and tell my followers about what they said to her. Because with obviously, like they said, Kevin, you ain't getting that much coverage anyway on your page. Well, it's still the potential of hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people hearing me, go at it about what someone's saying about Ashley D, which wouldn't have been good for my brand. Seeing me wild out like that wouldn't have been good for my brand. So let's just say I didn't do it that way. I got on her panel with her, and I cussed D Ham them out. I cussed Amber them out for doing that.
Mhm.
Now think about this. Wouldn't I be very messy at this point? Because I came in
Yes.
this thing to speak on behalf of my brother. Now I found
Right.
myself through whatever reason cussing these content creators out and being in a real beef with them. I hated falling out with Sweet Mom. I hated that.
Right.
So I didn't come in here for this. I kept saying I'm only here to speak on this with my brother. I don't want to argue with y'all. This ain't what this about.
Right.
So when I watch them argue with each other, I'm still trying to stick to that. So it wouldn't look right if I come in here and say, boom, boom, boom. Now listen, I think it should have. As far as when we first really met, that was around the time the everybody was falling out, and it was Sweet Mind Ashley had fell out, and I didn't get online with that one, and so
Right.
I think she sees how if she thinks about that particular moment, maybe she feels like I left her out to dry on that one too. But so we talked about that moment, and she knew why I didn't feel it would be appropriate for me to stick my nose in their business. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
While I had my thoughts about it both ways, that's not my business to stick my nose in to come online because they're arguing about it online. Don't make it my place to speak on it. So I never did. And who would have thought that, months later, I have to have probably about a damn year now, all that
Right.
would come back to bite me. And I've been moving wrongly the whole time. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I believe when you get to know people, you should understand how they like to be treated, and that should become law. And if you want to treat somebody correctly, and if you feel like what they're asking for is too much, hey, move around. But I also feel like when you don't make that stuff known up front, this tends to happen. And so I
Yep.
never knew that she saw this that seriously to where she felt like I wasn't her friend because I did explain to her, just like Tiff explained to me. And like a man, I accepted it. Me and Lampo used to go at it. And when Tiff befriended and her Lampo got cool, Tiff hit me up. She said, Kevin, I don't want you to think that me building with Lampo is anything personal to you. And I said, you got it. You cool. I ain't no problem. I've never been that type of person. You see what I'm saying? So whatever reason you connect with people, you connect with them. You
Right.
understand? So um, I just don't get down like that. It's not fair. You could be keeping somebody from probably their best friend or something like that. You never know. Um,
Right.
like I said, people are complex. So like she says, I could say my feelings about Felicia. I don't really know Felicia like that, but her feelings of Felicia is that this woman came through in her time of need and had her back.
Right.
I can take it more and say, this lady talked about my mama, all the things that these people that you're saying they're doing to you, she doing to me, and you friends with her. So Amora said that today. It ain't like that Latae is friends with the people who talking about the dead people in her life or her children or all that. But damn it, you the person who did all that to me, and y'all friends. Amora, you should stop. You should sit down.
Exactly.
You really should sit down. So it's like you get up there with a big mouth and you loud and you describing you. I'm listening
Right.
to it like no way she's that unaware of herself that she can be like, I could see if Latae was friends with somebody who done did the worst, drug her all up and down these damn streets, talked about her mama, talked about blah 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 blah, say everything under the sun. Well, Amora,
Right.
you're that person, and she's friends with you. So
Right.
based on what you're saying, I should consider Ashley a terrible person and not be a friend no more.
Right.
You should stop. It was never your business. You was describing you the whole time. And
Right.
often you are. Often. And it blows my mind how somebody can be so unaware of themselves. This lady say she can take the heat. She can take what she dish out. Amora talked about my family, my son, my wives. So I got on my platform and gave her a dose of her own medicine. And the lady sued me, y'all. She literally tried to mail me paperwork to sue me.
So she tried to sue you, Kev, with all the things that she has done, and ain't nobody suing her.
But she say free speech. But why you trying to sue me?
Right.
Yo, you lady, like she put so much out here and then get out here and portray a different person. But yo, everybody see you. It's clear. I don't play the victim. Well, when you call Robert all those bees and he called you one back, why was you on your platform saying he called black women bees? That's playing the victim. You were calling him that first. When he said it back, you started complaining about him saying it back. That's playing the
Right.
victim. You
Oh
said you
my
don't do
goodness.
that.
Wow.
So it's constant. It's constant. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is, I used to say, how can you befriend somebody who literally doing that the same thing that you hated in your old friend? But you know, I can't say that much now because I'm friends. Like I said, consider people friends. Um, who Ashley is beef with too, who has said things that I don't condone, who said things that I hate that they said. It was so damn mean. But the one thing I'm
Right.
learning is people are damn mean. I think I don't want to say all of y'all because I haven't heard you say anything like that to anybody, but everybody listening, I think y'all are mean. I think y'all are mean. I think when y'all get mad at each other and say stuff, I think y'all say the meanest stuff.
Oh, okay. I
Y'all
think it's
mean as
mean
hell.
too. I think y'all we shouldn't have to say certain things to each other. You get what I'm saying? I get it. It is mean. I understand that. And a lot of us we're only communicating per the communication that we have been used to. And see, that's some of the healing that a lot of us have to take and grow from, and including myself. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are in denial of that. When you can get up and say how someone has said so many horrible things about you and just totally forget all of the negative things that you said about everybody else in the negative manner, and then to make it justifiable in your mind as to why you're right for being nasty to them. You get what I'm saying? Without considering the fact that they justified why they were being nasty to you. Like
I'm gonna tell you
this
something
is
crazy.
is is childish.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I heard somebody say, y'all don't think men have emotions? Y'all don't think that men feel? Let me explain something to y'all. When I heard somebody say, when Amora was born, her mama said, get somebody else to do it, I cried. As soon as they said it, I said, damn, I could feel the pain, right?
Right.
I cried when they said that to Retta about her daughter.
Right.
I cried today when some of the things Emma was saying to Ashley. Shit make me
Right.
cry. Y'all can be so mean.
Right.
And I swear to God, I wish I could make it stop.
Right.
And y'all keep saying, somebody say something. Robert, make it stop. Kevin, make it stop. Man, I'm powerless. I can't stop people from talking about me
Right.
and saying the meanest shit. My son just born. Y'all say the meanest shit.
Right.
Y'all say shit that somebody will never fucking forget. And y'all expect them to just dilly-daddle through life and not want to fuck you up and do something about it. And maybe you don't care. Maybe you just like, I do something then. Or you'll go to jail. Or the shit y'all making people feel is so fucking evil, yo. And if you know what pain feel like, why would you want to get that type shit to somebody else? They got
Right.
somebody who done died. Yo, they love that person. They admire that person. Why would you bring that up and say some shit like that to somebody?
Right.
Why? I'll never understand that shit. I will never do that to somebody. But that's
And
crazy, yo. How mean people can be. And so what you're saying is, yo, hold on to that emotion from what I just said to you. And you're supposed to be okay with it because it was online, right?
right.
I
Right.
ain't did nothing wrong. It ain't no big deal.
Right.
Man, y'all hurting a lot of people. And I've
Right.
said this several times. They were Kevin trying to manipulate. Listen, y'all, you seeing people get up on here and cry. How many times y'all done seen that?
Right.
How many times y'all done seen that? How many times y'all done heard of somebody talking about unaliving themselves? Couple times,
Right.
right?
Right.
Are we grown or not? Are we gonna take accountable for this and say, yo, we're doing a lot of damage up here? And it could be entertaining to people. Fuck them
Right.
people. If
Right.
they entertained by it, tell them get up here and do it themselves.
Right.
Stop letting them pie pipe y'all and everybody else into a place of hell, of turmoil, of pain, of sadness. Nobody should be reminded of their loved ones, talked about, their kids talked about.
Right.
And y'all can say, well, it's been done forever, whatever. At some point, yo, can you stop? And my
Right.
thing is, there's people who believe in God. Sometimes I sit as a person who don't. And I say, I wish he was real and I wish he show up right now. Because y'all say y'all do. Y'all say y'all believe in somebody in the sky that love y'all, that watch y'all, who got judgment for y'all. And y'all act like that.
Right.
I would never act like that if I believed there was a God watching me. Y'all act soulless. Y'all not scared of no damn hell.
Right.
Them words in that book says that he can come back at any time. And you're not promised a tomorrow. You can lose your life. Tonight could be your last breath. And look at how we spend them.
Right.
Y'all don't believe in no God. Y'all don't act like it.
Right.
And if God is real, y'all gonna have to face him. And all these excuses y'all giving ain't gonna work on no God. That shit
Right.
work on social media. Y'all can keep
Right.
trying to justify shit on social media.
That's true.
You might say, well, Kevin, you're gonna have to deal with him too because you don't believe with him. I'll gladly do that and stand on it.
Right.
Because God would know this. If I did believe in him, I wouldn't take a step unless it was in the name of him.
Right.
I would care about what he said. I would live how he
Right.
wanted me to live. I would
Right.
lead people to Christ. I would
Right.
do right by him because I would care.
Right.
Y'all don't. That shit break my heart.
And having so much judgment towards each other. I agree.
This shit, it makes me so angry. People mad at me for not believing in God, yet they act like one doesn't exist.
Right.
You rip apart God's children, but you love God. Well, then what's God gonna say about that? You actually truly believe in God, right?
Right.
Like y'all believe that there's a God for real, right? Like for real, for real. And he left a book for real, not for play. Act like it. I bet money the shit still continues. I bet money they still act this way. Because truth be told, why they don't like me, because I don't have those beliefs, they don't act like they have those beliefs. And that's
Right.
the craziest thing in the world, because they're saying they really believe in it. God damn.
But they don't do nothing to portray it.
I be in church every Sunday, man. I stay with my Bible. Such a letdown. So many people claim to believe in something, but don't act like it at all. In fact, they evil. They love the devil. They love to destroy people.
Right.
They love to break their fucking hearts. They love to make them feel like shit. They
Right.
love that shit. They laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they got Robert mad, they celebrated. You see how we had him?
Right.
They love to get you in the spirit of anger into hell. That's what demons do. And y'all see it right in front of y'all, act like y'all don't see it. Y'all come here to be entertained by it.
Right.
They keep saying, y'all ain't got real followers. Those are bots. I'm going to tell you who's following this saga. Demons. They come
Right.
to it every day to see turmoil. And people rip each other apart. And they like it and enjoy it. Instigate it to see more of it. You're trying to settle something with somebody. They try to instigate the shit. They want to see it. And they give them what they want every time. This saga will never end. Because it ain't really pod pipe by no content creator. It's by the people. And everybody wants the people. Everybody wants the likes. Everybody wants the attention. Everybody wants the money. So that devil got a fucking hold on y'all. Talking about they won't let the saga go. Now the saga won't let y'all go. It got a hold on y'all. How can you sit here and want bad stuff to happen to people so much? I don't see
Yeah.
any. I don't see these people in the comments. It's not an overwhelming amount of people encouraging nothing positive.
Right.
I'm sick of it. They think the way to talk to somebody is to denigrate them. Talk about their loved ones, your gods, your mother and father who made you, who you wouldn't exist without them. Y'all get on here and talk about them people.
Right.
They're the only reason you here. No respect. No respect for the dead or nothing.
Right. No respect for the living. No respect for nothing.
Yeah, but you know, when we was brought up, we was made to have respect for the dead. They don't even have that. They ain't got respect for shit. They ain't got respect for their God. And ain't shit they about to have respect for. Ain't shit you can tell somebody who don't even give a fuck what their God say.
Right.
Let them tell it. Yeah, I believe in God. Then I sit there and do shit like that. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Been all over the internet carrying on and just being just distasteful, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I've been one of the youngest content creators in the saga. You know, I'm looking at people old enough to be my mom, my grandma, and just they just acting like, you know, real strange to me. It's boring to me to see, you know, my elders acting, you know, like elementary kids
This
hurting
shit
each
is this
other.
shit, this shit is literally hell. Nobody in this thing is going to get anything positive from it except for evildoers. Positivity is not welcome here. They skew everything to make it negative. You can't win. They don't like Robert because they say he didn't talk to content creators. He didn't do giveaways. I talked to content creators. I came in it giving away money. I didn't come into it shaking a can. I didn't ask for anything. I came into it
Right,
giving money to these content creators in
right,
support of them. They said, Kevin, you're trying to pay them to do it. You can't do nothing right.
right,
I built personal friendships with people. Okay, my brother, he's an a-hole for not doing that, right?
right,
Well, I'm an a-hole for doing that because you see how it worked out for me, right?
right. Still get mistreated, no matter how much respect you try to give.
And
They
so
still feel like it's okay to be disrespectful.
right, so in all of this, Who appears to be rising? Who appears to be getting respect from people? Who do they call Miss? It's Amora.
Yep.
Who has literally got on their platforms and talked down to people about their parents? Who's done all this shit? Amora.
Talk about the deceased and all. The
Right now,
very thing that someone claims to be so upset about somebody doing to her has been done to you by the very people that she considers herself to be friends with now.
right. Now I cussed her out. They gave me hell for that. At the same time, she cussed me out, but they didn't hear that, right? She actually cussed me out before I cussed her out, but they didn't hear that. But all this is, let me find something negative to say about Kevin. While they praise a person who literally puts on display behaviors that their God would cast down. Do you understand?
Right.
It's crazy to me. So to me, it's like, okay, clearly I see what this is. It's like school. It's so immature. When I was in school, I was quick to fight. Nobody told me I was wrong. In fact, they was like, yeah, Kevin got hands. It was encouraged. And so I didn't know that I was headed down the wrong road because I wasn't a bully. I didn't start nothing with nobody. But if somebody said something, oh, I'm going to hit you. And when I saw how fast people would celebrate it, oh, I'm going to hit you even quicker now because I'm the man. I get to be the man too. Kevin can fight. I got praised for it.
Right.
And that type of environment will produce a criminal.
Yep.
It'll produce a horrible person. And that's what you call a negative, toxic environment. Because somebody should have been saying, that's not how you act. You don't hit because somebody made you mad.
Yep.
In this saga, it's the same shit. Somebody say something, here they go instigating it. Ooh, you gonna let them say that to you? Ooh, I wouldn't let them say that if I was you. It wouldn't happen if it was me, though.
Right.
Anything to encourage you to get riled up so you can respond in a toxic way. Then they praise you for it. They cussed me out. Jeannie cussed me out for everything I was worth. Girl, you told him. If I would have cussed Jeannie out, they would have said, that man's so disrespectful. Look at how he talked to women, yo. You know he talked to his wives like that. But if she cussed me out, oh, you read him. So I see the world that we're living in. I see what this saga is. And shit like that is why I hated school.
Right.
It's always some clown sitting by to instigate some shit. Somebody ain't even mean something about what they did, and here they go. Ooh, baddest man hit my hand type shit. Let me show how I can get on here and cuss somebody out, and that means something. Let me tell y'all something. Ain't nothing none of y'all said mean a damn thing till you can say it to my face. Right. That ain't tough, man. Watch what I do next. I'm gonna get on YouTube and say something. I'm gonna get on YouTube and cuss you out, and everybody gonna clap for me like I really did something. Then I'm gonna log off and go to bed. This is stupid. I ain't going back and forth with now one of y'all ever again. That shit is dumb. Of course you can get on YouTube and cuss and lie and skew my character and say negative shit, insult me. Of course you can. That make you big? That make you tough?
Right.
Be an adult. Do shit. That's what we do.
Right.
Can't believe that girl jumped up on Audacity panel trying to talk that girl out of being my friend. You weird for that. Right. You're so childish. How old are you?
But this is the thing that has to be understood. She has to be confident in herself to understand that you don't have to come up under being next to, the bigger bully in order to feel confident in yourself. You don't need a team or a squad to defend your emotions, and to further justify you being irrational when you know you wrong. You know you wrong. Come on now, if you want somebody to continue their loyalty or their friendship with you, you got to continue it too. You got to continue it too.
I'm the type of person that if we're no longer friends, I got nothing else to say about your character or your moves. It's not worth anything to me because I'm going my own way. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you didn't see me say anything to, Ashley about who she's befriending now and things I'm saying, because she said, hey, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. So that's like somebody saying, hey, I don't want to date you anymore. Now you want to still argue about an argument that y'all had 6 months ago when y'all was still dating. I just told you it was over. We're not about to argue about where I was at that night at the club. Like, it's over, yo, move on. I
Right.
saw a video where this guy called this girl to confront her because he just found out or heard that she was cheating on him 6 years ago when they was dating. Dude, let it go. It's over.
Right.
You go call her. Was you cheating on me 6 years ago? Yeah, honestly, I was. You bitch. You've been broke up for 6 years. Let it go. So
Right.
when a friendship relationship over, I ain't gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? You
See,
can do
the
what you
part of
want.
moving, the part of moving on and moving forward, it's the trauma within people that makes them feel like somebody's not doing it. But if my actions are showing that that's what I'm doing, if I'm not speaking on it, if I'm not addressing it, if I'm not entertaining, if I'm not bothering it, then I've moved on. It's an action. It's not something that I have to highlight and state that that's what's going to happen in the future. It is something that I am actually progressing and doing. Now, if see that, if you don't feel that, that's something that you have to go within to understand. That's not my fault. It's not my problem.
True.
And that's what needs to be understand, because I I haven't been doing anything to Ashley for the disrespect. I wasn't ever disrespectful to Ashley. You get what I'm saying? And you get to a point where you're tired of begging people to see you for who you are. This whole time I'm telling you who I am. You know who I am, and so you claim, because you stated that you know me more than I know you more than anybody else did, then were you getting to know me as well? Because if you were, then you would know that me moving on is not a problem with you or an attack towards you, and I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm moved on.
You're right. Today
We
is crazy. I'm 42 years old watching people on a panel discuss my friendship with another person who can make a decisions for themselves. That shit was unbelievable to me.
it's hurtful because
I'm done with this whole shit.
I mean, and the thing is, from the very beginning of a lot of my discussions have been betrayal of friendships, coming out, spreading lies about you being scammers, spreading lies about you not having cancer, spreading lies about Illuminati things. And these came from people that you socialized with. These came from people that you interacted with. And so when you see someone going through that, when you see someone that is experiencing that form of betrayal, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand, you get what I'm saying, that they not for a second that they would do something that hurt them to you, especially if they befriended you. And it's selfish for you to feel as if you're having that very situation and not considering what Kevin had. Like, that's not fair, because you're doing the very thing that was done to him previously. Now you're talking about his family. Now you get what I'm saying? Now you're making little light laughs at the statements that are being said about him. Do you not see that this has turned into another betrayal moment? And nobody's saying that you have to continue to be his friend, but but what we have to understand is, when you were in friendship with him, because I think she said it's done or whatever, however it may be, whether you continue to be friends or not. But if you see that that is what has been done, then you should know that what you're doing is the very thing. It's the very thing. And that's the problem, because it makes me feel as, what was your true intent for being my friend, for being Kevin's friend? Was the outcome not good enough for you, to the point where you don't even consider, how you may be affecting us, even though we have not shown any way to try to affect you? And the things that you feel has affected you, unbeknownst to the numbers of people that you're disrespecting us in front of. You get what I'm saying? It comes a point where, when we have to understand, when people lack boundaries. You get what I'm saying? And we are all adults here, and nobody should be more catered to than the other. A murderer is a murderer. If they do the crime, they do the time. So I don't need an terrorizer to further make me feel as if I'm wrong for acknowledging how they are terrorizing me, but expecting or demanding me to chuck it up based off of loyalty and principle that they refuse to give me. But they want me to give it to them. You want me to give you respect, but you're not giving me the same.
Absolutely.
And
And
I'm not,
somebody said
I'm
something in the chat. I just want to say this real quick. My bad. Um, and I will do that. Someone said that I should hand it back to you so it don't appear like I'm up here and we're teaming up on Audacity. And I think that makes sense. I don't want it to appear that way because it's definitely not that. Um, so I'm gonna drop down just in a second. I want to say this last thing though. To Amora, if I can remember what it was that I was gonna say. Um, my bad. Finish your thought, and then I'll say it.
no, I was gonna say I'm not gonna start I don't want to, let me clarify that. I don't want to start a whole bashing season of Ashley. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to start that because if I did, I would have started it long before now. I don't want to start that. But I think all is fair that is fair. And if I have been respectable, I am holding everyone to that same accountability to be respectful towards me as well. And if you cannot give it in return, then I will not allow you to abuse mine. Because if I'm giving you respect, if I'm not saying anything, if I'm not disrespecting you, if I'm not making a scene, if I'm not bothering you or doing anything to you, then you have to consider that and do the same as well. Now, I know that I came up on her panel trying to request to speak or whatever the case may be. And that's fine if she didn't want me up there. But I do feel that me coming up there should not have been so much to where she couldn't even say, you know what, it's not the time. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? But talking about beat it and this ain't gonna be the Angie show and all this and that, as if I did so much harm to you, I've done nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
didn't
I was
do
confused
anything
by that
for
because I
that.
didn't even know that y'all wasn't even cool. So that definitely shocked me. I was like, why is she?
And it
But
was okay when I was on your panel before when it was about, having your back and everything like that. So why do you feel like I would get on your panel and totally disregard the respect and the friendship that we had? Why do you feel that way? What is it about your mindset about this entire situation that makes you feel that way about me? That's something that you have to answer for yourself.
right, and I'll say this. This is what I was gonna say. Um, Amor, you're not a good friend, and I'm gonna tell you why. I caught what you were trying to say. You said that um, I try to discourage somebody from being friends with you. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm gonna say this. I did not try and do that because I have no right to do that. However, I did say I wanted to say something about it, but I have no right. You're not a good person, Amora. If you think I'm out here encouraging people to befriend you, you're crazy. Why would I have anything good to say about you? Let's think about that. Why would I tell somebody, yeah, she a good person? Come on, man. Why are you shocked? Think about it. Stop acting like I'm doing you wrong because I say, man, hate to see you go befriend that person out of all people, but I'm going to say you're a bad friend because I know that they told you that because you got online and said it. You don't value anybody's secrets with you. That nobody can come to you and confide in you with anything. So that person came back and told you I had something to say about y'all's friendship. And now you're online hinting to it. Girl, you're childish. What reason would you have to do that? To risk whatever friendship could be with that? Why? What did you get from that?
Right,
To tell me that that person came back and said something, that's what you get from that?
right.
Everything's a game to you. But anyway, that's all I was going to say. I'm going to hop down because I don't want it to seem like we're jumping. We're certainly not. Um,
I'm not gonna stay on low because I don't calm down a little bit. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to come up here and try to be rational, but just like everybody else, I got emotions too. I got feelings too, and that really bothered me. That upset me. You get what I'm saying? Because as far as me, who I am as a person, my friendships can last a lifetime. I have no ill intent as a friend, and I have no ill intent, when if we're no longer friends. I'm not that type of person. And I'm not gonna beg anybody to see that or believe that or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? And so with that understanding, the same respect that anybody wants in return, they have to understand they have to give it.
right.
And I'm so
Okay.
sorry that you're going through this, Kev. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, thank you for opportunity to speak on your platform. Of course, we'll build again. And thank all of y'all. Peace to y'all.
Peace to the brother Kev. But since I done got my super stickers, I'm gonna have to keep my channel going. So I'm definitely gonna have to get some discipline and come back with more content for the people. I really rocks with y'all. I really thank y'all for the support in this moment. Um, and shout out. I think Amber said I got like 600 subscribers now. Shout out to everybody in the building. You know what I'm saying? I know I haven't been consistent with my content and everything, but it's been a lot on my mind, and it's been a lot that I've been trying to just gather myself, gather my thoughts. Um I've been through some things too, and I'm no victim to no one, and I didn't want to bring that to the channel to become a victim to anyone. You get what I'm saying? Just like I wouldn't want anybody else to do, the same. I try to, I don't want people to, I don't want to become a burden to anyone because of my own choices and decisions and everything. So, I I do take my time to gather myself and everything like that. And you have to have dedication to your platform. So I'm with it and I'm okay with that. And I'll definitely come back and give, whatever I got to give to entertain the people. And I'm down with that. I'm down with the fam. Over here we family. And that's how it is, regardless of ups and downs and everything like that. I would never, ever go on my channel to just downright just hurt people, say things to just hurt. No, I'm not doing that. That's what Ashley did on her channel. You get what I'm saying? What Angie does on her channel, I spread enlightenment, wisdom, and love. And even if we have a moment of disagreement, it does not make us enemies. You get what I'm saying? It's nothing but love and respect over here. And I honor everyone because they take the time out to come and to hear you. That makes me feel honored. I am honored that everyone comes out to hear me. And thus, I will not disrespect it, nor will I take it for granted. I am not that type of person. Angie is an individual, and I know a lot of people heard about me or got to know me based upon being on Ashley's panel a lot. But Angie is an individual, and certain things I do not do, and certain things I do not speak upon in a certain light. I do not carry myself in every type of form and manner. Ashley knows that. Ashley should understand that. But it's okay if she doesn't, because I do. And I ain't got nothing to prove to her. You get what I'm saying? I don't have nothing to prove to her. And peace be on to her. You get what I'm saying? But what's the song say? This man don't trouble no man. But if you trouble this man, there will be a bomb bomb. A 1-2 bomb bomb. A 1-2 bomb bomb. Thanks. You get what I'm saying? I love each and every one of y'all. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Thank you to everyone. Special K in the building. Shout out to you, True First. Shout out to the motherfucking people. A Stokes, Char. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Carissa Love. Thank you so much, Queen. Peace and blessings. Cynthia, Queen Maya's in the building. Dreamy Girl in the building. Protect your peace. Thank y'all so much. Shelly Shell. Shout out to the Queen. Shout out to all of y'all beautiful, beautiful people. Thank y'all for coming through. And I will talk with P Mo. Shout out to you, Queen. I love your channel because when you talk, I know more. Thank you. Shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to all of y'all beautiful people. Terry, Alexis, Queen. Shout out to you. Amelia in the building. Miss White. Shout out to Mom Dudes. Shout out to my super stickers. Shout out to y'all so much too. Oh, we did so wonderful. Thank y'all so much for the love and the support. I appreciate every last one of y'all. I really do. I really do. Lolita Queen, Lady Love, my day one. Queen Carol in the building. Great live, great love. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all know I try to move on love. I try to move on light. I try to move and enlightenment. But here's one thing that people got to know about the truth, and people got to know about facts, and people need to know about love. It does not cater to one person. It does not cater to one thought. It stands on truth. It stands on facts. And it's either you gonna get in line to it or you gonna get rolled over by it. And that's how that rolls. That's how that goes. Sabrina, thank you for coming through. Nina Edwards, thank you, Queen. Yes. Rebecca, thank you for coming through. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out. That's right. It doesn't have a color or a face. It's just the truth. And the truth can sometimes hurt, but it's necessary. And if you reject it or if you don't like it, then that's a problem within yourself. And it's nobody's problem but yours. And it's not even the truth's problem. The truth is just the truth. And the truth stands alone. Okay? All right. So women empowerment or trying to be, in support of our women, we have to understand we have to uplift each other in a space of accountability. Okay. We have to become more accountable of ourselves. We can't just run away with our emotions and feel like we can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Because, everything, life is a reflection of you, your thoughts and your behavior. So when you are out here miscarrying yourself and acting in a certain way in behavior, regardless of what you justify your reasoning for, the world, the nature, the universe is responding to you. It's reflecting back to you what you have placed out. So if you don't want no problems, don't start none. Don't want none, won't be none. And that's just how that goes. But peace and blessings to everyone. Y'all have a safe night. Until next time, love.